I don't think anybody's going to be talking shit about me again after they found that out.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house.
Welcome to my house. This is CCD Podcast, Kicking It Into the Sticks. We're live at Rick Scott's Pit. If you ain't here with a drink in your hand, you're in the wrong fucking spot because we're uncensored all night and we're going to throw down. To my left, I got one little hoochie mama, Alexia Todd, my fiance, and the big dog to the right, Blake Hooper, spitting his drink out everywhere. What's up, guys? Can y'all hear me good?
Yes.
No. All right.
That's perfectly good.
Blake Hooper, what is up, my man? So you went to some late model racing tonight, right?
No.
No.
It
okay.
was the midgets, but not the small people.
You told me.
It's the Hart non-wing, $1,000 to win, but it wasn't $1,000 to win.
All right. So you called me.
bucks.
You called me and said they're having super late models at Charleston. So if I would have showed up at Charleston and not seen super late models, I would have been pissed.
Super late models at the Charleston Circle Track.
Okay. So you went over here across the street.
I went over to Loxa.
So the little people, like the little bitty cars.
Well, they're not short, but they're short cars, I guess.
Okay,
There were
Loxa.
7 of them.
Where is Loxa? Like this way?
No, it's fucking a mile and a half away from the
Okay,
track.
so across the street.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
right next to Pap.
Was it a good show?
There were 7 of them.
7 cars.
And there was some
That's
fucking
it.
kid. There was some kid
Sunday racing at CCC.
from. There was some kid from. I don't even fuck. I think Maine just fucking stomped everyone.
Really? Nolan Barley.
Professional
So, really?
We had a Pennsylvania guy
professional
here
driver.
last year. Or last week.
Professional.
Yeah, he runs the big fucking non-wing series or whatever. I don't know. They're midgets. Fuck, I don't know. Not the people. Not
the
the
first
midgets.
F-bomb?
No, I think I threw the first F-bomb out when I said you're in the wrong
Are we fucking
spot.
6 years old? We're gonna classify it by the F-bomb.
All right, so I'm going to turn my attention to the left. Alex Todd, Alexia, whatever, babe, whatever I call her. She agreed to let me interview her for this episode. So I feel like Sarah Weaver told me that she would mediate this interview. And we got Blake hitting sound effects over here.
The agreement was you could ask whatever question you wanted.
Well,
But I'm
no.
not gonna hold back.
Stick to the big A.
The big 8.
Abstinence.
I kind of laid a premises out here.
Right.
So, like, I kind of briefed you, like, first of all, okay, let's just say 13 years ago. Take yourself back 13 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever have seen yourself sitting here at a racetrack
No.
watching somebody drag race?
No. I went to school, 10 miles away. And
Did
didn't
you
know
even
it
know this
existed.
place existed?
No.
No clue.
Where'd you go to school?
Eastern for a year,
For a year.
for a hot minute.
Good parties.
That's
Fuck
all
yeah.
she did.
Oh, yeah.
She'd partied
The fuck
for.
I did.
She partied for a year and was like, you know what?
Well,
this
you
is,
only went a year, so it's not like you went to much but at parties. To be fair. I mean, I didn't even go to college, but I was at parties.
11
So-
years ago.
Oh, that's when I used to.
That's
No, I
that's
would've been
Jack
18,
Black. If
so-
anybody's wondering, he's in the background yelling. He's
That was right before I got on.
Way more than 11. It was like 14 years ago.
Yeah, I was playing in a local band.
Were you?
it's called Tenacious D.
I'll see them in
The hot dog
September.
of destiny.
Tenacious D's going to be at the festival.
What are you drinking?
Strawberry water and vodka.
Strawberry water and vodka. Water.
It's the Weaver.
The
Might as well just
The
drink
Weaver
natural.
Weaver
Special.
Special.
Yep.
Just drink natural light. It's the same thing.
The fuck it is. It doesn't taste
I mean,
like
that's
strawberry.
usually what the Weavers drink is natural light.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Who is not all of them?
Sarah.
Debbie.
Oh, I was saying no, Sarah.
So Sarah Weaver is sitting just like 7 o'clock over here with Rooster passed out.
What fucking clock do you have?
Because 6 would be
That's
like
fucking
Yeah, 6 would be
10:30 all
I'm
day.
like
6 would be
7.
myself.
I'm 7.
So she's like 9
That's
o'clock.
9.
9 o'clock.
This motherfucker's going off a digital.
9 o'clock to my left with Rooster completely passed out.
It's a great moment. He never lets her hold her.
Hey, Tim, you think you all ready for your own? Like, just you two? She's not having kids. Okay. Well, we'll interview Tim about that
you need
later.
A lesson and you don't
find
ask
it.
women that.
Huh?
You don't ask women if they're having kids.
Why?
Because you just don't. It's not nice.
You gotta scoot up.
Right. But if he asks the wrong person.
The wrong person.
Well, then we don't want to associate with those people.
No.
Because look, I have him. I can hand him right back to you and say,
See ya.
and then I can go and do whatever.
Right. Right.
Okay, so 12 years ago, 13 years ago, you could never you didn't even know what a bracket racing, nothing,
Nope.
had no clue
Nothing.
what it was.
I just knew about the circle
And
track
then-
in Macon County.
Macon County.
And I didn't know that was shit.
That's because you lived in Macon County.
Yes.
You're talking about Macon Speedway.
Yes.
I think it's making Speedway.
I said I didn't know shit about the circle track in Macon County, which
Oh,
is therefore
okay.
Macon Speedway.
So now that you're
in Macon.
involved, and now that you're latched onto me,
Other way around, but yeah.
now that we're into this, is this something?
This isn't a we are into this.
So okay, so you're
Now
not
that I'm
into
into
this.
this,
at
No,
all.
I am, but
Okay,
I'm
let
just
me-
saying you were into this. It wasn't like we gradually went into it. You have been into it for years.
Right.
Your dad was into it for years.
And you've kind of like adapted to it, and
Correct.
you've tried
Correct.
to learn. You've
Correct.
tried to learn about the sport.
I think I have
is
learned
it
about the
fun?
sport.
Is it
Sport.
fun to come to this? Like, I know this is not a spectator sport
Pre-child or after child?
either.
Pre-child was a lot easier.
It was easier, but was it fun?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not really a.
It wasn't
spectator
as fun
sport.
because you weren't serious about it.
Okay, and now that I'm
It was
serious
like
about
shits
it,
and giggles for you to come down here and go down the track.
yeah, I guess kind of maybe, but
So you said you said you wanted to get into this. So if you're gonna get into something, you got to be balls deep. Balls deep is balls deep. It don't matter how much.
we're balls deep right now.
We're
balls
pretty
deep.
fucking balls deep right now.
Right now, we're balls deep.
That's
I mean,
right.
we just spent a lot of
I
money on
think
a.
we've
This is
passed
shout out,
balls
golf
deep.
shout
cart,
out to Austin
RV.
Romine. This is you got to pee with your C. You got pissed with the cock you got.
Somebody should text Austin Roma and tell him we're doing live in the pits right now.
I would love him to
or
be on here.
Rob Fisher.
He's sleeping.
No, Austin, because Austin's so
sleeping.
quiet.
Oh, here we
He's
go.
sleeping. He's got to run 28 miles tomorrow.
He is
No,
gonna
I
run.
know that. He has this alternative person
Yes.
that drops little bombs off here and there.
Yes.
Like
But
he just walks up behind you and he's like, here's a joke. I'm going to drop a funny. And then he walks away like he wasn't ever there.
That is definitely Austin Roma for sure, because he'll walk up to you and say the most random shit that you don't expect Austin to say, and then he'll just walk away.
Yeah, we're still not sure. But
Not sure, but yeah.
Stop. Don't be a dick.
Okay, so
you got to pee with your C.
this year is obviously probably, I mean, this is a full year for me.
Yep.
I've won a couple times. Is it exciting to come week in and week out when you decide that you're coming to the track? Are you like paying attention? Are you excited? Do you want to see me win? Like,
Well, of course I want to see you win.
Well,
We gotta,
okay,
we
that
gotta
was
come
just-
out ahead here.
stop it. Okay, stupid question. Is it more exciting now that you've seen a couple of times where I've won?
Yes.
No.
So when you come, do you have expectations? Like,
Yes. I
Okay.
hold you to like a very high standard in my mind.
okay, so that's
Because
something
you
I.
started out the year very strong,
Uh-huh.
and then you had some hiccups. But you let your, like, something goes wrong with your car, you automatically set off the mood for the rest of the fucking day.
But I did that last week and I
Hey,
won.
watch the F bombs.
Fuck off.
They're families. They're families.
But, yeah, last weekend you did great, but it's not always like that every weekend.
The rooster is awake.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
She's gonna go lay him down in bed in her RV.
Rooster's gonna see Sarah Weaver's beaver.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
It's called a monkey. It's a monkey.
Not if your last name's Weaver.
I have never heard of a shower head.
Okay, so
I don't want to know more.
Corey,
Just stop it there.
You don't know nothing about the shower head?
Not to what he was referring to. I get the concept, but we don't need to discuss it any further.
Here's the deal. Corey Butler texted me last week, and he said, "Who needs an RV?" And he's showing me a picture. He's got a TV set up. He's got his air mattress set up in his enclosed trailer, all the fans and shit. And he said, if you look in the left-hand corner, you can see my shower head. And I texted him back, and I said, well, if you come to my RV after I get Alex to drink about 3 or 4 vodkas, you can see my shower head if you look through the window. and
Well, just like
We did
that.
this with an audience. That was brave of you.
I mean, it is uncensored. It's totally. We knew this shit was going down. So,
Just wait till you go to sleep. See if you're up tomorrow to race.
I'll be.
I know where the cemetery is.
Do you really?
She's gonna
You
slit
think-
your faucet.
I can fucking figure it
I don't
out.
think she could find the cemetery.
Watch me. If it's burying a body, I
I
can.
feel like we should get on Rick Scott's golf cart and just.
Well, we know where the graveyard is.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think she could get us there.
If I'm hiding a body, I can get anywhere.
All right. So now that we've
This is a family show, okay?
now we are going to have 2 junior dragster drivers on here. They are so wrapped up in their phones, they have no idea we're talking about them right
Cruz
now.
is showing all.
Wait, is that all the
Cruisley-
questions you're really going to ask me?
He knows we're talking about him right now.
Cruz
No.
is showing all the old videos.
So
of
now
him
that
going
we've
forward.
gotten into this season, okay, last season was a little bit weird because we had our first child
No, that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. I'm
Dumbass.
2 years ago we had our first child. and
What's his birthday? When was he born?
Oh my
May
God, there's a
29th.
huge beetle on your arm. Don't fucking flick it over here. Give it to Blake.
Oh,
Give me
fuck
the
you!
snack.
Don't flick that motherfucker at me.
So we had our first kid 2 years ago.
Yep.
2.5 years ago. Whatever. Now,
When's his birthday?
You don't know.
May 29th.
Okay.
I know
Making
that.
sure.
I know
Was
the
he
birthday.
born?
Letting everybody know you know.
Yeah, I know.
2019.
Most god awful day of my
2020.
life. Like,
Hold on.
like the
I still think that the baby was conceived at bracket finals.
It wasn't.
it was definitely
I
not.
don't.
August.
Know. I don't.
We were sharing an RV with his parents.
Yeah, that was
The
not
fuck?
going down.
Yeah.
I ain't about that.
I
life.
was
Was
on
that
the
before or
bathroom.
after you guys flipped the golf cart?
That was not a we. That was a semi.
So
That
you
was-
put your fucking child in danger by flipping. the
I
golf
wasn't
cart.
on it.
Well,
I was
you
on it by myself.
on the property.
I was racing Jesse Garcia. I completely destroyed him and just decided to hit the brakes and turn right and flip my parents' golf cart, and yeah, it was a bad
Didn't
deal.
tell her for a full year.
No, I did not tell her for a full year, and they
She
were
never
very
noticed.
pissed off and said I could never get on their golf cart ever again.
Until the next week when he was on it.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
Okay.
Grandkids.
How
Yeah, P with the C.
as far as racing goes, is like, do you hold a grudge against me because of the fact that I decided to go racing while you were home with a newborn child? And I kind of know the question. I know the answer to this question.
Because I told you like a week ago.
Yeah, you did tell me a week ago.
Yeah, I had some resentment against
You
you.
did have resentment. Now, looking back on
But-
that, would you?
But
Uh-huh.
you also have to consider that first like 2 months you were gone like every other weekend because. Oh, sorry. You were gone every other weekend off out west. So then you'd be
That's
like
true.
home a weekend. You'd come home like on a Monday, leave out on a Tuesday, get home Friday, and I know I'm perfect.
No. Your mouth to long stick, like
Stop.
perception is really perfect right now.
Stop.
The microphone to
It'll
mouth
be
is
so far
perfect.
away from your short stick.
I'm gonna get. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into
Don't even.
It's more of a twig.
Don't even.
October
Blake
16th.
would know.
Hey, I've been in that truck a long time, Alex.
So, but no, you were out west like the first month. So every other week it was like out west,
And then home racing.
home racing, and then you would leave out, and then you'd be out west. So it was like you were never home, and I was stuck at home with a newborn.
What if I told you that by doing what I did then, I wouldn't be where I was at today with
I
the
don't give a
lead in the
fuck.
points? You wouldn't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck.
You would trade for me being home. You would trade for me
Look,
accomplishing my goals of winning a track championship?
We were new parents. I was
Okay.
stressed the fuck out, not sleeping, and I was stuck inside four
I
walls
was
like
sleeping
every
good
fucking.
as fucking that semi.
I know you were. 'Cause I would
About that
rage
drive
text
back
you.
turning on.
Fucking rage text. Your fucking son's up again. I can't do it. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. He won't stop crying. I mean, great. There was nothing you could do. It's just the comfort of having you home that made it easier for me.
I
Like
mean,
having that additional person to, like, when I needed to walk away, you could step up.
I agree. And so you've agreed to have another child.
Yep.
And you have agreed to try to do it not during racing season. Oh boy, the party just got started. Eric Cooper's over here on the scooter doing burnouts. He's going to get alcohol. So
Hey, grab me one.
there's more beer over there. There's Fireball right here. That's the rule. If anybody wants to get on the podcast, you got to do a shot of Fireball.
Except for me.
No, I'm joking. So you've agreed to. What if, like, say things don't go as
Sitting on
planned?
the lap, Ronnie.
If things don't go as planned and you don't get pregnant in what we have as a time frame,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a child during another racing season,
It'll be easier this time. We have an RV. I'm more adapted
I mean,
to, like, parenthood. Like, it was our first kid. I
I
didn't know what the fuck to expect, and we had it during a fucking pandemic. So it was like a lot of unknown and, like, scary shit.
no, I mean,
And now
yeah.
it's like, fuck it, just bring him out, do whatever. But we'll also have a 3-4-year-old running around doing whatever. So you're gonna have to step your game up and
right.
be more a part of that.
They just said.
But
To
we've
my
created
right.
more like a fucking family.
To
out
my
here.
right,
They just said
Blake
your bitch
Cooper
is going to bed.
is what, 25, 26 years old?
25.
25 years old.
That's what I
We're over
tried
here talking about kids. Where's your old lady at tonight?
She's
Oh,
at home mad as a fucking hornet.
she's pissed.
She's mad. Okay, now, does she want kids?
Fuck, she wants like 19 of them motherfuckers.
Do you want kids?
No, I already had experimental
That or
surgery,
it
so
fell out.
Okay, so you say you do not want to have a kid.
Carried him.
Obviously, you know,
I think that's.
looking at the situation that you know, through growing up through your childhood, you got to share the memories of growing up racing junior dragsters and having your dad there by your side and helping you out, and obviously your dad was one of your heroes, and you don't just a part of you want to share that with your own
Wait,
offspring?
do you not want kids
I do, but not right now.
now?
Okay, so not right now. Okay, like, are you thinking like what me
5
and
years.
Alex? Like me and Alex
No.
had our first kid when I was 34.
I was 30.
I'm smart enough.
30. I was 30.
Yeah, I was
Man, when I
33.
do it, I gotta be like,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that kind of your time frame? I mean, you guys are getting
I
married
don't have a time
this
frame.
year.
It's kind of a.
So are you just?
It's not
Are
my
you
choice.
spraying and praying right now? Or are you
No,
guys
she's
doing
got the-
anything?
She's got the IUD.
Look.
She's covered. Me and her had this talk last week, and
Oh,
she's
Jesus.
covered. Look, I had to ask.
Can we not talk about shower heads? Anyway, I
So
want kids, but I don't want them right this second.
you
That's
don't.
probably
Well,
true.
I
As soon
mean,
as
I
we're
don't want
married-
you to have no kids right this second either. But
If you're here and she's having a kid, there's a whole other problem going on.
so what are we talking? Like couple, like 3-4 years down the
We're
road?
getting married in October. What's 9 months?
I
from
got
then?
your invite from
What's 9 months from October?
well, she
July?
said if
10
somebody
months.
Like that.
should've went
10 months from August.
yeah.
That's probably looking pretty good. A year from now.
But then you got bracket finals in September, so you're
Yeah.
right.
So we obviously it's just never going to work out with the schedule.
Okay, so
probably
you
not do it.
obviously have a better. I mean, you're not racing much right now, but the plan is to race more next year, right?
Oh, I'm winning a track championship.
And what class?
What class?
Well, not here, but I can't fucking compete with 28 points races.
No, I tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and just flat out say it right now. This fucking schedule at Coles County Dragway is worse than a 12-hour job every fucking day. It is the worst fucking schedule I've ever seen in my life. There's no other track that I know of that runs double nights, combo weekends, like every single weekend for the beginning of the year and the end of the year. It is absolutely, it is. And you know what? I really don't like the
But
way
hold on.
that.
Hold on. You say it's horrible, and Blake says it's horrible because they have you guys have the worst working schedule ever because you're gone, and it makes
It's
it harder.
not even that though.
But does it?
Like the actual work that goes into keeping a car together, 100%. Because you
I
need
get
it 100%.
that, because
you have to have it 28 races.
Right. So you have to keep it up, and when do you keep it up? Because with your
I can't
schedule,
go.
you can't.
I can't.
Where the fuck's our kid?
I got Friday.
He's in bed.
Oh, okay.
My body can't. I don't work on
It's the
I don't
worst.
want a chili dog right now, bud.
Hey, buddy, I'll
We
take
lost
that
the buddy.
dog.
I need a chili dog. No, I don't need a chili dog.
Bring that dog over here to the host.
I've seen Rusty suck down one or two chili dogs.
Is it
Yeah,
under
like
the golf
12 of them at Gateway, the dirt in December.
Rusty likes
They're
a
not
chili
cold.
dog.
Take 'em.
Steamer.
He swallows the chili dog whole.
I'm just gonna say
Button
that
hole.
Hold on,
th-
hold
this
on.
schedule.
Joey Chili.
Let me ask Corey. Can you come over here so they can hear you? You're not over the road truck driver, right?
No.
Okay. So having 28 point races a year, how do you feel about that?
I already know.
I'm not too fond about it.
Okay.
I really don't
I just
like
want-
it. I really don't like it.
Nobody's fond. I figured nobody's fond of it, but I wanted somebody who's not
28
having a
points
schedule like
races
you
a
guys,
year.
so it makes it harder.
Why are your shorts so short?
Thank you.
Because he's a fucking professional.
Where the fuck is Sarah? Because I definitely heard that clear as day. Oh,
Here's
The
the
whole
deal.
the whole points
not fair,
deal
that's
is
fine.
just
It's
to me it's just way longer than what is needed, and then you run into problems like what happened this weekend.
Yeah,
You
for
have
sure.
rain in the forecast. You have this weekend to
Where the fuck
set
you
your
get the
bracket
food?
finals. And what are you gonna do?
Here's the deal.
If it rains, what are you gonna do? You have to
Rod-
do what you did tonight, which does nothing but piss a bunch of people off.
Exactly. Rod backed
because people
himself.
can't get here in time.
It
He
does-
backed himself into a corner.
Yeah.
He decided to change up the schedule about a month ago because of
Yeah.
traction compound. He added an extra weekend and prolonged the season by a 2-race event on this weekend. And what that does, when you got bracket finals and you have to have your roster in at a certain date, and you put yourself up against that date with this, and you got rain in the forecast, and then you get yourself in the worst predicament where you got ties in sportsmen, you got race of champion ties,
Hold
you
on.
got guys guys trying to get in, and then all of a sudden you have to do something because you put yourself in that
You're setting
predicament.
yourself up for failure.
It is.
But-
It's setting yourself up for a bad situation. Not so much failure, but it people get pissed off about certain decisions and they won't come back. There's people that might not have been able to get onto the Indy team that was counting on this race itself. And then all of a sudden you make that decision on the day of. I mean, you don't announce this on
6
Wednesday.
hours before.
It's
Not
6
even
hours.
that.
People are at work. They don't even check their phone until they get off of work. They don't even have time to load their cars up to get here. And Timmy Weaver is carrying my kid and
Can I
looking.
have the Bud Light that's in there?
So, I mean, I think that, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. He's trying to look at his best profitable way to do this weekend. And obviously, if you get as many cars out here on a Friday when there's no chance of rain. There's no chance of rain on a Friday. You get as many cars out here as you can. You rake in as much money as you can. And then if Saturday you go 2 or 3 rounds, you get buyback money. And if it does rain, there's no pressure to just cancel.
From the outside looking in, this whole Friday deal to me was a money grab.
I thought
because
the
he's
same.
going to be closed for the next 2 weeks. So what you have is everyone gets $10 to enter the gate. It's $10.
Correct.
I think it was an
Hey, by the
additional-
way, we owe Donna $10 because I don't have any money.
It's another 40 to enter the raceway. So it's 50. Rusty's filling
I need
chili
a
dog.
fucking fork.
So it's $40 to enter. You have $50 in entering the raceway. Then you have another $25 if you want to do a time run.
Yeah, so it's
You're at
$70
$75
to get,
bucks.
for sure.
To just enter the raceway to get a time run. That just seems, I don't know what it seems like to anyone else, but to me, that's a money grab deal because he's going to be closing.
Well,
next 2
okay,
weeks.
I agree with that, but also in the rule, On Sunday, to run the race away, you had to enter one of the classes. So if you entered sportsman,
So we just pissed away the rule, but then charge people the same prices if they were in.
right, exactly. So I mean, yeah, I can see that. I can see it as it being a money
But
grab.
at least
And
that way, if you're entered in, sportsman or whatever, you can, you can win money. But this, you couldn't win no money.
right,
You're just getting a spot.
true.
So it is what it is. Like, obviously, a person's got to make money to have a business, but it doesn't make financial sense for most
I mean,
people.
you got to make money, and what he did tonight, he probably made money. But how many people did he like? I noticed somebody that was not. They're depending on this weekend not to rain to make the bracket finals team. Larry Lyons, he was not here for tonight's race away. Jesse Brandt was up working the staging lanes.
Jesse
and I
Brandt
know
wanted to be
He
here.
wanted to be in it. I know.
I had talked to him at a shop today, and he just said, it just, what, I mean, it doesn't make any sense
No.
at all. I was like, I get it. Like, that makes total sense. And Jesse Brandt's not a kind to double enter. He never will double enter. He doesn't see the point of it, which is stupid to me, but I can't talk sense into him in that sense. He just won't do it.
Yeah, and he's got a really good car. And
That car's been to Pomona twice.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so they have the race off tonight, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, for those who are tied in points, they have the race off to see who's in
No.
It was just the runaway to provide.
It's the race
So
away.
he gives away one entry to bracket finals for a special race. He holds a special race. You could pay $40 to get into this race. You could be like the bottom of the barrel. And
Nobody.
you could be
Right.
a
So
bottom.
okay, that's fine. My question was though, because I thought it was like if somebody was tied for first or whatever.
That will be
later.
tomorrow. Is he crying?
Yes, we lost the buddy.
Okay. Well, we'll finish this up and we'll take a break. Okay, so basically, if
Here's my
if
question.
there's a tie, like
but
there-
you answered it because my question was, if he had the race away tonight, it doesn't really matter because there's points tomorrow and Sunday if there's no rain.
correct.
So, but if there wasn't a race, if that wasn't the race away, it was just for that one spot, not for the people who are.
Yeah. If
tied.
it doesn't rain tomorrow and it doesn't rain Sunday, then tonight was a waste.
Okay, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
But you have to do it because he backed himself into a wall.
Here,
Exactly.
trade spots.
I mean, sometimes
Sarah's
karma can, come back to get you, and it's part of running a business. But we're gonna step away for a quick, brief 10 minutes, take a little bit of a break. We will be back. All right, we're back from our little 10-minute break, and we got two new guests, Corey Butler and Rick Scott. Welcome to the show, fellas. Oh, shit, I hit it again. Now, Blake was playing with the sound effects earlier. I'm glad he didn't find that one because he would have just been hitting it left and right. No.
Oh, there we go. Here we go.
All right, so we got Rick Scott to my left.
In the hizzy.
Rick Scott out here, got his car out here tonight for the first time all year.
AKA
trying to show us like he knows what he's doing out here or something. And Corey Butler to our right, Super Pro, second place right now, trying to get the Race of Champions for Indy. Corey has had one of those years that started out like, I've always said that if Corey ran Super Pro all year at Coles County Dragway, and I still say this, if he's got the S10 that his ex-girlfriend just sold out from underneath him, he would probably
I'll second that. Yeah.
dominate Super Pro class just about anywhere he goes.
Times are tough, you know what I mean?
I mean, hey, she made a good fortune off
Yeah,
of it.
she cleared it. She been to the Walgreens. She been a bunch of places.
No, I mean, all kidding aside, Corey's had one of them years where I think it's one of them deals where everybody knows who Corey Butler is. So it ain't no different than Andy Romine. If you pull up next to Andy Romine, you're going after it because Andy don't usually miss it a lot. So Corey's just been absolutely hammered this year. I heard a couple weeks ago Corey was 001 and done because Jason McConnell was like 007, like dead zero.
He was 007.
007, dead zero, dead. I mean, it's a tough deal whenever you know, when you've got a target on your back and you've got a big name, people stab at you. And that's what I call people, you know, stabbers. There's a lot of people that do it. You know, I'm not going to take anything away from Denny Katz. Denny Katz is, you know, he's had a solid year. And it seems like it's coming out of nowhere. Like Denny, they switched the bulbs this year. They've done some sensor adjustments, and Denny's had a really good year. And I don't know if that's credited to some of the stuff that they've done here. But Denny has had a good year. But Corey, I tell you what, I pay attention every week, and Corey, you know, he don't miss it very often. I mean, whenever they had the sensor issues, Corey was the first one to say that there was something wrong, and they fixed it. And I'm going to tell you something. I think that's the best upgrade that they've done to this track, because I feel like right now it's as good as it's ever been. I mean,
I would agree on that.
Yeah, okay. I haven't got anybody else's perspective, and it's a lot easier to get a perspective from somebody that runs top, because they're usually more consistent, and they kind of know their spot. So, I mean, you know, you look at yourself, and I mean, and a lot of other super pro guys, and you wonder if they feel like everything's more tighter. You actually ran Indy points a couple years ago, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Do you feel like that the tree is comparable now to what it is over at Indy?
What it is, when?
I would say it's comparable, but I also say
What it is, when?
everybody gets nervous when they go to Indy.
Agreed.
And
But you ran over there all year for points.
Right.
Yeah, so
right.
you're probably the best person to ask if it feels like the rollout and everything is as tight as it is over there. If it's because Rod's big deal when he switched to the new sensors that Vashon Young came in and put in, that it was going to be comparable to Indy, to Terre Haute. It's going to be what everybody else's rollout was going to be. Do you feel like that is true?
Well, I haven't been to Indy this year, but I went to Terre Haute, left the box alone. Everything was exact same.
Exact same. So, okay, that is a good feeling to know, especially with bracket finals coming up. You got the whole team going over there, and they've kind of gotten used to. They've had at least a month and a half to get used to the new rollouts, and I mean, I noticed a big difference. I feel like I don't have to attack it as hard. I feel like there's a little bit less room for. I mean, a little bit more room for error. I feel like the rollout's a lot tighter. I don't know. It seems like when I went to another track after running Coles County, and I would just, you know, leave like I do, I'd be 20 red over somewhere else, 20, 25 red. And I always bitched about that every time we went to bracket finals. You know, I'd get beat first round because I was so hesitant to let go of the button, because I knew if I let go like I do at Coles County, I'm going red. So it's hard to adjust to that. And I feel like he's done the right thing and made the right adjustments. So, I mean, I feel like as far as the track itself, it's going in the right direction as far as the upgrades or whatever. But like I said, it's been a rough year for you. You've had, you know, some really, really tough races. And, I mean, I'm rooting for you. You've got one weekend. You've got this weekend, basically. What are you down, 7 points, 8 points?
7 points.
7 points to Denny Katz. Bob Paul, is he kind of still in the picture?
Probably not.
Probably, okay.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I think he's probably like, what, 18? Yeah, I was going to say 18 down. So, I mean, it's going to come down to you and Denny Katz, and you got rain in the forecast, and that's why we're doing the podcast tonight. It is Friday night, not Saturday night. We still have a hell of a party going on. There's quite a lot of people. Hey, as you hear Sarah Weaver in the background, you can't mistake that laugh.
No, not at all.
Everybody hears your laugh.
Yeah, it's you, not me.
Who started it?
I'm gonna turn my attention.
Hey, Coop.
Hey,
I'm turning my. Coop's got the shortest shorts on. I'm gonna tell you right now, Coop's shorts are like 3 times shorter than Austin Romine's shorts, and I don't think Coop is running cross country tonight.
I cooked chicken wings last weekend here that had better looking legs than that.
I'm anxious to get Coop on here too, because he ran the race off tonight. But All right, Rick Scott, you got your Nova out here tonight. For
Yeah.
the first time all year.
Yeah.
And how you feeling about it?
Pretty good.
I heard you ran really well. I heard you ran, 200s off all night? You made 3 passes, and it didn't move 2 thou.
Right.
Or 200.
Yeah, car good, driver sucks.
Driver sucks. How bad does the driver sucks? What kind of reaction times are you looking at tonight?
It was a stellar 620, and then a 617, and then a 540.
Well, hey, you know what? You know
that's
where
pretty
you
consistent.
can.
That's pretty consistent.
Coop's going to get me lined out by morning. We'll be
He only
all right.
needs to take 4.5 bumps. He's good.
Yeah.
I can tell you
Like
where you
I'm
can
talking
line
like
up
cocaine
tomorrow night.
bumps, not fucking bumps on the stage.
If you want to pull up right next to that 70 Roadrunner tomorrow,
That's
the
what
first,
I'm
second,
saying.
third round.
Yeah, there's some talk about maybe splitting buyback or something like that.
Hey, I'm gonna pay for both of you guys to get in Super Pro, and I'll buy you entries, everything.
Have you ever raced it with a delay box?
Yeah.
Why aren't you doing that? Are you better with the delay box or
No,
not?
way better with lay box. Yeah.
So why aren't you using it?
Like 520 better,
That's
or
a street car.
That's a street car.
520. I'd buy a 520 right now if I could get one. I'd take that 520.
I'll give you 20.
Yeah, I'd take that 520.
All right, so moving on. You guys, did you get the junior fixed?
No, Junior's getting ready. Motor's getting ready to get sent off.
Sent off. It's that bad.
It's bad. Broke crank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Max is. I'll tell you what. Max has had a good year this year. Has he won? He hasn't won the main one yet.
No, we won our first 2 gamblers we got in the year. He got down to 3. Got down
feel like-
final, Jim Hooper. Yeah, but, I mean, I
Yes.
think we've been fighting this crank for a while.
So the final, the Jim Hooper Memorial.
Yeah,
Now that's 1,000 to win, correct?
yeah,
I'm gonna assume Max walked out with some decent money that night.
yeah, we split.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I don't know how that works in the junior dragsters. I know.
Yeah, we had the split worked out before first round. If
Before first
those
round.
2 cars got in the final.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
No kidding. Well, I tell you what, Max. We're gonna get Max on here. I know he's anxious. He's over there playing with my golf cart, acting like he's just not paying attention.
Yeah.
But he's wanting to get on
Yeah,
his
he's pretty
microphone.
shy.
Cruz is over there yawning, and we might have to
Cruz
get him on a little quicker than. But I tell you what, you guys, you've had a. You're not afraid to race anybody. I heard you last week. You're like, I'll take
race
Tucker.
anybody here.
I'll
I'll
take
race-
Tucker
we'll
Mack
take-
first
we'll-
round. We'll take Jesse.
We'll take
Fritz
anybody
round.
first round. I don't care.
Anybody.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit.
Yeah, we're here to race the best people. So,
Hey, last time somebody called somebody out on this,
yeah.
they didn't win.
Oh, I don't care.
That'd be Jesse Fritz, by the way.
We'll call-
Yeah, we're sitting here with Corey Butler.
Well,
I'm gonna
hey, we'll do one better. We'll call them out and put 100 with it.
$100.
Yeah.
I'll put 100 with your 100.
There you go. 200.
Oh boy. Okay, so we got some side bets going here.
Yeah.
So who you calling out?
I don't care. Whoever points leader is.
Bill Aubrey's raising his hand like, fuck it, I'll
Aubrey.
race a junior.
Oh, hey,
I don't give a
you guys
shit.
might as well give us the money now.
I'll race the junior on my pit.
Bill can't even keep a fire going.
He got one going on his leg last week. You couldn't see it, but it was burning. I'll tell you what, Bill Aubrey's leg don't look as bad as I expected. It just looks kind of like maybe a dog just laid into him or something. Like
I think he
Lincoln
painted
over
it on-
here.
He painted it on there.
I'll put Ray Charles in that junior and beat Bill.
Oh, wow.
I thought we were talking about your Nova.
I'll put him in that Nova too. It don't matter.
Okay, so Bill Lyons, or not Bill
I
Lyons,
learned that last week. We
Bill
were friends.
Bill Aubrey. It sounds like Bill Aubrey's chasing you to the lanes tomorrow. He has zero confidence in you.
He gonna get what he's looking for.
There's 4 rounds of buybacks. He'll be all right.
I'll buy my way right to this final. I don't
So, what did you think of Bill Aubrey last weekend when we went to the cemetery?
care. Well,
What was your opinion of Bill Aubrey when we took him out there?
it was kind of a group effort, and, and I mean there was supposed to be like some sort of hiding going on, and something
Okay.
went awry there.
The night before the hiding.
Whoever down with the hiding was terrible at it. I mean,
Look at these two pointing at each other.
I don't know if they've ever watched a scary movie in their life, or but they definitely did not get the concept of it.
They threw corn.
It was 1970s scary movie.
I don't even know. It was like when the movies were silent. You know what I mean?
No,
I'm gonna get you.
I will say that they were making some noises out there. It sounded like two wildebeests were making love in the cornfield.
People
like, just
were
like,
more scared of getting a rash than of getting abducted or something.
I was gonna run the other way.
Yeah.
No, the first night we took Bill out there, he was
Bill
a little
was
timid.
a little nervous.
He was
a little nervous.
He was a little worried. Like, he does not like aliens or ghosts.
You got to understand, Bill lives in Lerna, so I mean, he doesn't get out much.
See, hell, I don't like family members either.
Let me ask you
Coop
this.
stalking.
What?
What'd you say, Coop?
I said I don't like my family members either.
Yeah. Hey, ain't none of us like them either.
Alex.
Hey, Coop.
Fuck.
So how many years does Max have left in junior?
He
How old
is
is he?
13. He got until he's 18. Max will race till he ages out. You hear a bunch of people whining about, hey,
Is he gonna be a Tony Vigilio fan or what?
I don't start this conversation.
Let's start it.
I don't need a bunch of text messages or nothing like that.
I mean,
I usually end up handling that a different way.
I understand.
But,
let's start it. I'm curious.
Max will race till he ages out. And it's a rule. He can race till he ages out. Let me clue in everybody on this. It's a rule. He can race till this age. He can race multiple cars. That's the way it is. And Max gets the shit kicked out of him by older kids, and these older kids got the shit kicked out of them by older kids.
Correct.
And then once Max is of age, it's time for him to put his old foot on their throat and keep it there. That's how you make the younger kid better.
Right.
And that's how it is. It's not a participation trophy. That's not what we do here.
I mean, I've always said, I mean, I don't know how well I would feel about it as far as, like, I 100% I comply, with the rules. Like, a rule's a rule. If you want to race till you're 18 and you want to jump in a 590 Roadster and you want to race, and then jump out of
5:30.
5:30. Oh, my bad.
How about it?
If you want to jump in a 5:30 Roadster and chase Corey Butler to the lanes and try to beat him first round, whatever, that didn't work out. But
I wish I had 100 on that one.
I'll buy you back first round.
I wish I had 100 on that one.
I mean, if you want
You have to go red though.
I gotta go red. No,
Sarah
screwed.
does.
I'm screwed.
I was trying. It just happened to be perfect.
If it's green, lift at 3:30.
I mean, here's the deal. If you want to do that and then you want to get out of your dragster and go jump in a junior, I mean, it's a rule. I mean, so, I'm not going to throw a fit about it. But if you're out there doing weird shit, like wiggling your wheel to flicker the bulbs.
Hey, and I've seen that.
There's no rule against it.
There's no rule against
there's
it.
no
And
rule.
I've witnessed that screw them plenty of times, and that's their choice on how they want to stage a car.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
I can only race one car. I can't race the one in the other lane. I got to race mine.
Here's how I see it. Here's how I see it. I never look over one way or the other.
Yeah.
I look and I look forward until the end.
I mean, I run a blinder, so I wouldn't see that bullshit.
We
but
don't care who stages first, when they stage, how they stage.
I mean,
here's
what I would like to ask Jesse. I would love Jesse to be here because
Jesse Fritz.
Jesse
Fritz.
Where are you at, Jesse?
Where are you?
I would love to ask Jesse. Why do you feel
Where
like
is the Fritz magic?
why do you feel like you have to do that? Do you feel like that kid's better than you? Do you feel like you're not the best racer in that class? That you have to have that advantage to fuck with people?
Kids just like doing that shit.
They just like fucking with
I
each
think
other.
people forget Jesse's still a kid.
I mean,
True.
he is.
Very true.
He's a kid. I mean, they act like he's 45 years old running something. He's still a kid.
He just got his license.
Right.
He's doing his thing.
I was every much of a screw off
A
and do
badass,
everything
don't
else,
lie.
whatever. All kids do.
I'm glad we touched on this. I mean, because this has been a big deal, and a lot of people they won't give their full opinion on this. Obviously there was a big deal.
I think I'm giving my full opinion on it.
I mean, before this.
I think I fully voiced my opinion
I
on
feel
this.
on the other side of the table.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll get plenty of messages and how I'm wrong on this. And
First question I got to ask for you. Are you regretting your decision to sit down for this microphone tonight?
not one bit. Not one. I usually only do paid interviews, but I made an exception tonight.
It's almost like an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Do you
yeah.
spread your butt cheeks in the shower to let the water run?
Only
down
on
your
them DMs.
I don't know what just happened, but I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we have? Okay, so you're notorious for the
Chili
place
dogs.
to hang out.
Chili dogs.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
it chili dogs every
Well,
weekend?
I'd like to address something here.
Okay,
I mean,
let's hear it.
I'd like to address something here. I'd be able to entertain you folks a lot better, but as some of you don't know, I was a victim of a hate crime last year. Oh, yeah, laugh.
Okay.
Laugh real funny. I had some kooky ass Canadian come down there to Paris and burnt my Save-A-Lot down.
Whoa.
Burnt my Save-A-Lot down. I loved that Save-A-Lot. Hey, he tried to light it on fire and it didn't light, and he went home and got gas and put on it and lit.
Well, I mean, that's
And now I gotta go to Walmart, and it's just a whole ordeal.
wait. What's the closest Walmart?
It's not very far, but it's still too close. Too close.
You're from
I
Paris,
don't know
right?
if you guys have been to a Paris Walmart.
Okay, so every time I go, I didn't know Paris had a Walmart.
if you ever feeling down about yourself or anything like that, go to Paris Walmart.
No, that's Matt
You'll walk
Toon for
out of there
sure.
feeling better.
Matt Toon's the same exact way.
But yeah, Save-A-Lot is down.
I'm going to say any Walmart.
So boycott the Great White North. Screw Canada. Screw Canada. Yeah.
What's the story on the Save-A-Lot? What's so special about the Save-A-Lot?
Well, it wasn't Walmart for one thing. They had Super Dogs. Super Dogs.
Okay, I've heard this story.
Whatever that generic ass Captain Crunch cereal was. I'm all right.
Okay.
The bag was full.
Yeah, the bag was full when half full.
So I'm
They're trying to
assuming
shove cupcakes down your throat or something, when you walk in. Cookies.
I'm assuming all your grill meat and everything came from Save-A-Lot before, right?
Well, I mean, I buy beef every year.
Okay.
But I mean, all your accessories. There's more
like salt and
ketchup?
pepper.
There's more to it.
Like
Rusty.
ketchup and mustard.
I know you wouldn't know. I never seen a grill fired up at your pit, but
Hey, he had pork chops last
you're
week.
down here milking my place for all it's worth.
I just got a chili dog about 20 minutes ago, and that fucker fell apart in like 20 minutes. Here's the deal.
That's that Walmart bread. If that had been a Save-A-Lot bun, that shit would have never happened.
Here's the deal. I came to Rick Scott's trailer and really kind of had a good time for the first time about, 3-4 weeks ago. Yeah. And he's going on about, man, you got to get that fucking chili. Like, I just cooked chili on the grill. I'm like, all right. I go over there and I get a cheeseburger, and I forgot about chili. He said, hey, you better put fucking chili on that. So I go over to chili, and I reached in there, and there was a fucking melted spoon in the chili bowl. I pulled this up.
I believe that was Bubba Long.
Either way, I mean, all I'm hearing is about how good the chili was.
Hey, you see, the spoon didn't even affect the taste of the chili.
I think he just wanted to get rid
It's
of
as
it.
good with the spoon or without it.
Yeah. Was that the first night of the chili on the grill?
That was the first night of the chili
and
on
it's
the grill.
been an
That's
ongoing
staple
thing
now.
every
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
It's chili on the grill
That
for
and
sure.
them little chicken wings that look like coop.
I mean, chickens live in coops, so it makes sense.
Last
You
week,
ought to see these Walmart chicken wings. You seen them last
Oh,
week.
yeah.
They look like
I had
quail,
some.
like quail wings or something.
they're little bitty fuckers.
Yeah, I don't know what
I picked up a cheeseburger yesterday or last week that was about the size of a.
They're like Ethiopian chickens.
So
or
Bill
something. I don't know.
Bill Bosler brought over some patties, and I picked one up, and it felt like
Well,
plastic.
Hey, Bill Bosler and them hamburger patties. Remember them?
They was bad.
Yeah, he brought them. He said, "Rick, I got these hamburger patties. Would you mind cooking them?" I said, "Whatever,
Pre-made.
whatever, Bosco. I don't care. I'll cook your hamburger patties." He brings them over.
They're already made up.
Hey, Bill Bosler, deer processing and sausage maker connoisseur. I cook all these things. Hey, and guess what? He makes him a big double of it. Takes a big bite, looks at me square in the eye, and says, "Oh, these are breakfast sausages." These aren't hamburgers at all. I said, well, I thought they looked kind of weird, but you're the meat guy. I'm not going to call you out here on your game, but
I know that I went.
Did you put it on a bun?
He did.
Oh, God.
I had cheese on there.
I showed up late, and I thought, oh, goddamn, there's a cheeseburger, and I grabbed it. And it was like grabbing the lid to a Tupperware container. It was this thin. And it was hard as plastic, and it had like a melted rubber cheese.
That was after the fire, I think. There was a terrible fire. Bill Aubrey was injured.
Oh, poor goddamn Bill.
He ran off.
He went through about $25 worth of salve on that leg to get him back going.
Bill Lyon.
We need to go
God
fund me.
damn it! I keep saying Bill Lyon. Bill Aubrey had a methanol fire on his right leg.
Was it meth or methanol?
Yeah,
man,
the worst kind of fire.
That's methed up for sure.
That's messed up.
All night long, you just said, "I'm good, I'm good, I'm good," and the next day I seen it, and I'm like, "Oh my God!"
He has some
Bill.
pretty good water blisters he had going.
It was not good. It was.
And he's been milking this thing.
Hey,
He's
just trying to be a badass.
They've been
put some.
sending me pictures of it all bandaged up and everything, and trying to get the sympathy vote.
Did you just put some A&D ointment on that?
Reason.
Oh yeah, A&D all week.
Brad Hanner said he changes the gauze 2 times a day.
Man, I think he's got smaller chicken legs than Coop.
Smaller chicken legs.
I don't know.
He's
For
got
God's sakes,
his
Coop,
ball sack hanging out.
Why do you have them shortchanged up that high, Coop? For God's sake, there's
I can
children
see your
here.
nuts.
There's
As soon
children.
as somebody said that, I happened to look left, and Coop's sitting in the chair with his legs spread wide open and his nut sacks hanging out the right side.
Oh, now we're getting mad.
My dog's nuts are bigger, Coop.
How many of those are left in that bucket? I want one.
It's the last one.
We all got to do one if there's only one. Sorry.
I brought a bucket of Fireball shots, and I got 2 of them. And is there any left? Oh, there is. Yeah.
Coop spit back in a couple of them. Corey,
We're gonna do a shot.
If there's one, I'll take one.
Here, ready?
there you go.
Bree, last time I offered it, you said, I'm going to
As said
might
earlier,
ball
if you're
on
not
this
in
one,
Rick
not cry
Scott's
ball.
pit tonight on a Friday night, you're in the wrong spot.
That's right, and screw Canada.
Where did Bob and Debbie go?
Debbie's right here.
Debbie is waiting her turn to sit down and talk.
That's right. And,
What's next?
Bob what? Bob Weaver went to bed.
and Bob did give me some news tonight.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I made a huge mistake tonight by not interviewing Bob Weaver first because I forgot his bedtime was like 11:30.
Well, Bob gave me some news tonight, and by morning, Debbie will be expecting child.
He did say that.
Hey, I was at the Weaver camp all week. All week. They fed me good. That's the only reason I really went over there.
Yeah, you know Bob's
But-
getting fed good.
But Bob, all day, Bob's like, I just can't remember what I need to do.
No,
I said, just sit down. And he goes, are you going to drink with me tonight? I said, I don't drink very often, but I will tonight with you. And he's in bed. I don't understand it.
well,
I just don't
you
understand
should
it.
have heard the fit he threw about how I sliced the onions. She's worried about that.
Were they too? Hey, we
They're
had
too thick.
we had cheeseburgers the other night, and he said, "My wife don't know how to cut an onion."
This is
was
a
too thick.
reoccurring deal.
It was too thick.
Yeah, this is a reoccurring deal.
I've heard that Bob is like a human garbage disposal.
Oh,
if you
yeah,
put
yeah,
a
yeah,
plate,
you put it
it
down.
just fucking goes down. It don't matter
Yeah.
what it is.
He hates lasagna.
So we went to a
Next weekend at Coles County, lasagna.
on the grill. It's gonna be smoked lasagna on
Yeah.
Rick Scott's grill.
Bob has to have the first piece.
I'll go buy about 15 Stofers. Not
So-
from Save-A-Lot. I won't. No, not from
It's
Save-A-Lot.
burned down, bud.
Yeah.
I went to Weaver's house, what was it, 2 years ago? You guys had a practice tree race in the winter. Bob Weaver had a colonoscopy scheduled for Tuesday.
That's because it's close to his birthday, does it, every year?
So the joke was that he has one every month, whatever, you know. I didn't know. I
He
just
did
got
get
there.
mailed today that had to deal with that.
Yeah.
He just told me that he could only eat certain foods.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I brought Italian beef. He's like, man, that sounds good, but I don't know if I can eat that. Next thing you know, he's over there. He's got a plate full of vegetables. Like, I mean, just scarfing them down. And Debbie comes around. What the fuck are you doing? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, she's like, you're not supposed to eat vegetables. He's like, well, I thought this was the only thing I could eat. He's fucking, slamming vegetables left and right.
He didn't know they had a windshield wiper on that camera.
Oh, Jesus.
I was a virgin until this week. I heard it all in the Weaver camp.
I'm going to tell you something. I heard a joke that night 15 times. Something about he walks in and he goes in for his colonoscopy and tells the doctor, where you want me to put my pants at?
Over
right
there
next to mine.
Yeah.
I heard it 15 times that night. I swear. Somebody new would walk in the door, just show up and be like, hey, you want to hear a joke?
Didn't hear that windshield wiper deal one time. I'm saving that for the podcast.
Yeah. It only took a minute.
Well, I tell you what, guys. We're going to move on to our next interviewers. We're going to get Debbie and Sarah Weaver on here because I'm looking over here. I've looked over here a couple
They're falling
times.
asleep. They're falling
Sarah
asleep.
looks like she's about to just fall through the trailer door right now and just pass out. So we're going to take a quick minute right here. Just take a little bit of a break. All right, we're back from our 5-minute commercial break. We got Sarah Weaver to the left, Debbie Weaver to the right, and I don't know if Eric's about to propose or what he's doing over here. Cooper's about, he's got
We're getting ready to have sex, but
on
I can't do it. So we're just thinking about all this. I'm a little bit tired, and I raced a bike, and it don't run.
Hey, you got in the final tonight, though.
Yeah, because
Do you want to get on here and talk after these guys?
get on her.
Yeah, no. Okay.
So you guys go ahead.
Well, I
and wait.
would love to
down
talk
and
to
wait.
you. I got plenty of questions for
My
you.
shorts are really short. 1987, but that's what you say.
Eric Cooper, I'm not kidding you. This guy is just really like wearing some 72 short.
70s was like this. That's disgusting. These are like this.
Do you? Hey, hold on. Do you shave your legs?
Yeah.
Hey,
Do you?
more
But I
white
don't
as
put a
you pulled
razor
that up.
I just use the phone. I cover up.
All right, so I've got Sarah Weaver to my left. I've got the brains of the operation, the manager of the Weaver racing team. Oh God, she's not liking that at all. No, Debbie. I feel like Debbie by next year is going to be full-time racer. I hope this is true.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Okay, so
Car correct first.
I think we'll get the car correct though. I think they'll get it.
This isn't Debbie's first time. Debbie has a couple win stickers.
I know this. I know who Debbie is. I know that Debbie used to fucking hate my dad.
True story.
I remember Bob Weaver and Debbie coming up to my dad, and Bob was like, man, I'm gonna tell you something. Every fucking time she would line up against you, I fucking got that fucking Ron Hill. That motherfucker wins every week.
I could not beat him.
I know that Debbie raced a lot back in the day. I know this is not her first
No,
rodeo.
this is not new for her.
She's just kind of sitting back, letting you guys kind of get the cars right, and she's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame her. Why would you want to jump in something that you don't know if it's gonna run the number or if it's gonna break or whatever?
Yeah.
Fuck it, let the guys figure it out. Once they get it figured out, call me.
Yes.
So okay, so obviously this is a rare occasion. I mean, the Weavers are on CCD's property for like what, the first time in a month and a half or so.
Fuck you, Rusty. And fuck the rumors.
I feel like I've started some bullshit with a little bit of a joke a couple of weeks ago.
You did. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. But the fact is, so to clear the rumors up, this is nothing new. So we usually go to Havana a couple times a year. We go to Benton a couple times a year.
Mhm.
We go to St. Louis a couple times a year.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
nothing. We don't chase points like you.
No,
Fuck Indy. Indy's not fun.
it's not.
It's not fun. It's not fun for us. So
We go to
But let me ask you
yes,
this.
we go to Terre Haute.
Let me put you. Okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot here. If for some reason you started off the year at this track and you ran, let's say, the first 5-point races, and you had, let's say, a 20-point lead in Super Pro, like you just started off on fire, would it mean anything to you at all to go and race the champions, to win a track championship, something your dad's done multiple times? Would it mean anything at all to you to say that you've won a track championship at Coles County Dragway?
Yes and no. But again, I have other hobbies that I go and
Well,
pursue.
obviously, we know that.
So my time's split.
It's a tough. We talked about this earlier. This is the hardest track to try to win a championship at, because it's more of a like, I don't know how you want to say this, but it's kind of a you just got to show up. I mean, if you show up every single weekend, you're in contention to win that championship.
Sure, I've been here 4 or 5 weekends and I just fell out of top 10.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's kind of how this track is, because they run, I mean, scheduled, I think there's what, 28-point races or something?
The
Some
entire
shit.
year.
Yeah, for the year. I mean, if you show up for all 28, I mean, I guess it's kind of more of a participation award, I guess. I mean, I've heard that thrown out there a lot. I mean, but obviously, you know, this isn't a place that you want to come here and run every single weekend. You've got horses, you've got, you know, you guys go out on the boat, you've got property you want to run around on, you got parties, whatever, you got shit to do. And I mean, obviously, it's impossible to run 28 races a year and try to win the points.
It's kind of unrealistic in my opinion.
But if you ran the first 5 weeks at Charleston and you had a 20-point lead, what would you do? Would you just, yeah, fuck it, I'm going to go race somewhere else? Or you're thinking, this is the year I could literally say that I won a track championship at Coles County Dragway, like my father done? Or would you go continue to do your hobbies, or would you commit yourself to doing what your dad has done so many times and what that car is known for and what your name and everybody, you know, it's, you know, your dad's a legend.
I'm aware.
And would you try to do it one time if you started off the year? Because here's why I'm asking this. I've never really put myself in a position to try to win a track championship until this year. I started off on fire. I started off with like an 18 or 19-point lead in pro. And I told myself, you know what? I'm going to finish this out and I'm going to fucking do it just so I can say that I've done it and just get it over with.
I get that. If I was in that position, I hands down probably would see that through.
See it through. Okay.
I would.
Okay.
I would set aside.
And I feel like you can miss a week. Because, I mean, me and Alex went on vacation to Florida. I got a 0 for that weekend. And,
Sure.
and right now I'm sitting with a 12-point lead. I feel like you can still miss weeks. Obviously, you know, you do a lot of extra stuff like horse racing and stuff. You run the barrels and shit. Let me ask you this.
Yep.
What's more exciting? Going down the drag strip in a 590 Vega that your dad won multiple races in, and not to mention you've been on fire this year. You've won a couple you've won here, you won in Havana, you won last week 1500. You've been in the Final Four, you've been in the final, like, what's more exciting to you, to do this over here, like 10 feet away at the drag strip, or to get on your horse, who you have, you know, kind of taken on as a family member or a pet or whatever, and get on him and ride that horse or her, whatever, and compete? Like, what's more exciting to do?
Drinking Fireball.
He's not wrong.
I know you love horses.
I
Like,
do.
it's a passion.
It is. And they're just as time consuming as No.
I'm sure.
The expenses.
I'm fascinated with horses. I love
know,
horses. I used to have a horse. Yes, I did.
Wait, hold on.
Who rode who?
Tell her about your horse.
I don't remember the horse's name.
But you know where he lives.
I know where the horse lives. His name was Philip. I remembered Philip. Okay, Philip was my horse. We did a roof. Back when I roofed, we did a roof for a country house, and there was a horse that just ran around, and he always came up to me, and I was like, his name's Philip. And that was my fucking horse. And every time we drive through Oakley and go towards the interstate, I was like, there's Philip. I'd see him on the side of the road. I swear, I shit you not. But what is more of a passion? Drag racing, horse racing, spending time with your family, or spending time on the river, or I know you got a lot going on.
Yeah, I do. I don't know. She knows. She loves horses too. So
Where do you keep your horse?
in Oakley, I think for me though, with drag racing and barrel racing, is I'm better at drag racing than I am barrel racing, but I don't dedicate my time to barrel racing. I don't.
Right.
My horse is so out of shape right now.
You been feeding him carrots, or you been feeding him apples?
None of the above.
Oats?
But no,
Hay?
she gets a lot of hay and a lot of grass. But if I dedicated more time to barrel racing, I'd probably say barrel racing.
I mean, looking at your profile pictures, it looks like you're a really good barrel racer. You're coming around the barrel, you're just leaning right and everything.
If you look at your drag racing page, you look like a good racer.
I mean, I do look like a damn good racer. My profile picture looks awesome. The tires are up off the ground a little bit.
He's so proud he put it on her son's wall.
I've won
different
more
picture.
money drag racing.
I'm sure.
But again, barrel racing is 10 times cheaper than this.
Well, for sure. Is your horse like a thoroughbred?
No, she's a quarter horse.
How expensive is it to raise a horse?
To raise?
Or no, just to maintain a horse. Is it more to maintain a horse or a race car?
Race car.
Is it really?
Well,
Said he had 2 or 3 of them on the line.
depends.
Depends on if
Depends
you
on
take
the-
over
depends
Dad's
on the
car
year.
or build your
Yeah,
own car.
Depends on the year.
Depends on the year.
It
Well,
depends if
I
they
agree.
need maintenance or whatever. Just you know what I mean. It's kind of the same
So,
in a sense.
okay, let's move my attention to the right. This year, as opposed to last year, is it more expensive this year than it was last year? Okay, here's the deal. I've seen Tim very impatient this year, very frustrated. I've seen his car. Hey, let me get one of those. I've seen his car break several times this year, and I know that feeling. I know what it's like not to hit. His deal is way more extreme than mine, and I've seen Tim down there, and I've seen him getting very frustrated working on the car. Now, as far as last year, it seemed like, or maybe the year before, when they had the green car, it was just come down here and race.
We don't talk about the green car because we want the green car back.
So
No,
you
we
went
don't bring
wrong with the
her
green. So you're saying you went wrong with the green car by just parking it?
Yes,
Okay.
hands down.
I forget the point that I was trying to get to, but
However,
How
green
it-
car is older and needed lots of work.
it does. Yeah, I agree. So from your perspective, what do you think is the reasoning behind? Okay, is it just because it's just bad luck? You guys are putting. I've seen the video tonight of the red car. You guys, it's all brand new, right?
brand new.
Everything's brand new from the short block all the way built up. Everything's brand new.
Yep.
Now the 57, is it because you guys had a lot of issues with that beginning early in the year? Is it because was it bad luck, or was it just trying to get it down here quick as you could? Say if something broke and you replaced it.
I don't think it was get it down here as quick as we could. I just think it was a series of events that
Yeah.
it just multiplied and
I talked to
the
Tim.
transmission broke,
It was just kind of snowballing.
yes.
from your perspective, how frustrating is that? Because I know that your goal is to get
very
in that
frustrating.
car.
It was very. It kind of took the wind out of my sails a little bit.
So,
to be honest,
your main goal is to get in that 57
Yes.
and race full time, right?
Yes.
Is it going to be pro, super pro, or
Super pro?
You're delay box.
Yes.
And is this something? Now I know
was
back.
new for me.
I was going to say back in the day.
New for me.
Back in the day, you used to run pro.
Yes.
And I mean, I know this because we talked about this earlier. You used to race a lot back, like in the late '90s. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And yeah, so what sparked that? Like, I want to get back into this. Like, is it just because of watching Tim and Sarah race, or is it just something you just miss doing so much?
I just missed it. I had a good time doing it in the 90s. I mean, I always have a good time watching them as well, but I sat back and watched, and I just decided that it's time for me to get back in the car.
What's more exciting? To see Sarah park her car on the dance floor, to see Tim park his car on the dance floor, or to get in that car and just race?
Oh, that's a tough one. I love to race, but I love to watch them just as much.
I know that you love. I know you're passionate about them doing it. Yeah. I see it from a distance. Yeah. I know that you love this sport so much, and just supporting her and supporting Tim. Yeah. But from my perspective, like if somebody gave me the option, would I rather sit in the bleachers and watch my dad win a race? Or would I rather get in a car and go down the track and try to win a race?
That's because you don't have kids old enough to do it yet.
Yeah, you know what? You might be right. I feel like that, I kind of put myself in that position. Like, I know Andy Romine.
You enjoy watching your children succeed.
I agree, but I feel like somebody I could compare myself to is Andy Romine, who loves this sport so much that he almost didn't want to build a junior for his kid, because he didn't want to take away from his time of racing to support that. So I kind of feel like I'm in that same boat, but yet my kid's not old enough to get into it yet, so I don't know that feeling yet. And I think Andy's starting to adapt to Callan and getting more involved. I feel like Andy's kind of just set his racing aside and he wants to figure out Callan's shit. And it's funny that I say that, because I almost compare you to that. You're just setting off to the side and you're letting Tim and Sarah and everybody figure shit out.
When your kids are younger, especially, you only have that certain window.
Right.
They are only that age for so many years.
That's true. I mean, I'm lucky. My kid's only 2 years old now, and in 5 years I'm gonna think, oh my God, where did time go? Mm-hmm. But I feel like you're that. Obviously, Sarah's grown up. Obviously, and she's not your kid, but Tim is grown up. They're doing their own thing. Now it's your time to step back into it. You've got your moment of watching them go down the track and cheering for them and rooting for them and helping them and supporting them. You're ready to jump back in this yourself. Yep. Like, what's the goal in mind? Like, are you trying to run points? Are you just trying to have fun?
Just have fun.
Just travel around and have fun.
Yep. Does
it get old? Like, okay, so you got the 70 Roadrunner, right?
Yes, I do have one.
Why? What has kept you from racing that car?
It's a street car.
It's a street car. You want to jump up into the big classes.
I want a drag car.
Is that car for sale, by the way?
No, and no.
No. I know somebody that might be interested. I was just curious.
No.
We have another 68 Camaro, too. That's
the blue
car.
one.
Yeah.
Is that okay? That's a street car?
Yeah.
That was the car that Tim was racing last year, right?
No. That one's gone.
That one's gone.
That was a 67.
Blue Vegas you can race.
Blue Vegas you can race.
That was a 67.
The 67 Mustang.
No.
Camaro.
No, fuck. I don't know why I said Mustang. Camaro.
Yes. We sold that
and then
and
you
bought the 57.
bought the 57, and then you You guys got the new one coming out. I just seen videos of this tonight.
That's a 68 as well.
That's a 68. It's been fully redone, like from the fucking frame up.
Correct.
Body work, paint, everything in this car is brand new. Like from the engine to the chassis to the paint to the body, everything's brand new. What's the goal with that car? Is that Super Pro? Is that Pro? Is that Tim? Is that Sarah? Is that you?
No, it's primarily Tim.
Tim's gonna wheel that car.
Bob could run it too if we could talk him into it.
And is this gonna be a Pro car?
It can be Pro or Super Pro.
Is it gonna be? Okay, so Tim is more of a bottom bulber, correct? Or is he more of a top bulber?
Yeah.
I've seen him go rounds. I've seen him go rounds in Sarah's car, or well, her dad's car, or whatever, whoever's car you want to call it. The first time I seen Tim had fun this year was when he brought Sarah's car, and it went down the track, every pass, and it was consistent. And I tell you what, I remember Tim didn't win that night, but I remember getting on my golf cart and I was going to pay my tab. And he just got beat in the final, and I seen the biggest smile on Tim's face, and I'm like, you know what, he had fun tonight. Like, win or lose, he had fun tonight.
He was super salty because he hadn't been in it yet. So normally Timothy is the test dummy.
And he told me that tonight.
And we brought it back out, and I got in it first. And we brought it out here for licensing passes, and there was issues, and it kept going left. And I'm like, something's wrong. And then finally my dad pulled it out and was, this ain't right, blah, blah, blah. So we fixed it and brought it back, and then I got my license, and he had never been in it. Never. So finally he got to go in it because I had something else to do. And he's like, this car's boring. And I'm like, yeah, because it goes straight and does the same thing every time.
Your car's boring?
Yeah. It does the same thing every time.
What's
time you let off
boring
that
about
button.
clicking on wind lights? There's nothing boring about that at all. Like, I thought Tim, like, just looking at him.
He loves it.
Yeah, for sure.
He does.
I thought so. So, I'm going to divide my attention to my left right now. The big rumor around, I might have started this rumor myself, just as a joke. I had mentioned a comment about Sarah being just fed up with Coles County Dragway. What is the reason you're not racing at Coles County Dragway? Let's hear. Hold up. Let me adjust this microphone for you a little bit. We're gonna put that up a little bit higher. We need to hear this. Is she scared? Because no, she's not scared. I can promise you, Sarah Weaver is not scared.
There's nobody I'm afraid of. First of all,
and we know that.
Okay,
I know that. Okay, we're gonna clear the air.
Except for Corey Butler, I'm calling him out. Don't forget to let Deb talk.
Uh-oh. First round.
He's calling you out.
First round tomorrow. It's the Vega versus the
Buick.
The Buick.
They call pro class. Let's go up.
No shit. Let's go.
I would love to see that.
Hey, how many times do you think that Buick and Vega's been lined up?
Oh, what?
333 times.
Yes, hands down. There's a lot of history between those two cars. No, you started the rumors.
I did start the rumors.
You started the rumors.
So
because I looked at Tim's phone one day, and Justin Evans had messaged him and was like, why are you not going to Coles County? And I'm like...
I literally just made a bullshit joke about
because
Sarah's just fed up with this fucking place.
No, I have no complaints about this place, but this is nothing new.
You do have complaints about this place. We all have complaints about this place. I have complaints about this place. We know everybody out here has a complaint about this place. But I mean, we don't have to go into detail. But the main reason you're not showing up is because you got a lot of other shit going.
Realistically, we have been here. We've been to Havana twice. Or we've not raced.
We've been home.
So
we have sat
let me
home
ask
because
you.
we have a boat
That's
sitting
I
in
was
the
just getting ready
backyard
to
that
ask
you
that.
can walk, or not walk, but go down through the woods.
To the river.
Into the river.
He's been on it.
I have.
He's been back there.
I've been back there. I was back there. I went frog gigging one night on that river. It was an awful experience. We didn't catch a single frog.
I don't want to kill frogs, but anyways, yes, she's right. we normally go to Havana a couple times a year. Okay, so Gary Langreve, my dad,
Langerby.
are good friends. Good friends. Okay, so we go there. They treat us like gold. Do they not? So we go there a couple times a year. We go to Benton a couple times a year.
How does the guy that runs this
place
treat you guys?
He's the. You know what? Lately,
You don't have to answer.
No.
fucking
Lately, very nice.
Very nice.
Very
really?
nice.
Okay.
And I got my feelings hurt a couple years ago. That whole secret group or whatever.
Oh yeah. The committee.
No, wasn't the committee. It was some group, and I got my feelings hurt because I'm like, okay, this was before me and Tim, obviously, but I'm like, the Weavers have been here. They've donated, they've done whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Weavers got history at this track, for sure.
Yes, they do. And I grew up at this track. That was the only time my feelings got hurt. Outside of that.
And this was, when you say this group got started, like, are you talking about, like, the Facebook group?
Yep.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think me and you conversated over this. You know,
me and Alex did.
Okay, so yeah, I feel like he created this group to ask for what he could do to improve shit, and he excluded a lot of people, and that turned into a really like.
If you can hear, she can hear us.
But you have people that are here every weekend dedicated to you. And I made that post, and after I made that post, I'm looking at the comments, and I'm like, I'm getting my ass fucking handed to me. And I'm looking at most of these people, and I'm like, you come on Friday nights.
Yeah.
So you're not going to Indy throwing money at the track. You're not racing here every weekend for points or whatever. I did the points one time. That was enough for me.
And that was in Super Pro West?
Yeah. I went to Indy.
That was the year you ran Tim's Chevelle, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was the only issue I had, in more so it hurt my feelings.
So right now, the reason you're not like you. This is the first time you've been to Coles County. Tonight is the first time you've been here in like about a month, right?
Yeah.
Tim's been here in your car. Have you been here since Tim got runner-up in your car?
I don't recommend it.
I don't think so.
I don't either.
And but you've got valid stuff going on. You've got your horse. You've got
shit
other
going on. It's not like this is my life, which I dedicate more time to this than I do the horses. Yes, but I have other shit to do.
I agree, and you know what? Everybody out there has plenty of shit going on, and it's just a matter of how much you want to dedicate yourself to this place. And it's nobody should be punished. And you know what? Everybody that heard my podcast last week when I made the joke about she's just fed up with this place, it was a joke, and it got blown way out of proportion.
It doesn't bother me, but
I know
other
it doesn't.
people,
I know.
and I shouldn't worry about it because, again, for the sole fact I wasn't included in other shit. So why am I worried about it?
Right. I just wanted to make sure that we cleared the air tonight. That there's no.
I got other shit to do, and if I solely don't want to go racing, I don't go.
I am
Tim,
so envious of you
and go.
because I would love to be in that position because there's so many weeks that I do not want to be here.
Because you have other shit to do.
Exactly. I mean, it's like.
And not only that, it's expensive as fuck right now.
It is.
It is so expensive.
Yeah. I mean, fuel, everything is expensive. Rod's tried to do this whole fuel economy, and he.
And you know what? I'm not running a Sunday. If you looked at me and was like, "Hey, we're gonna run for $1,000 on Sunday," and I'd probably be like,
what if it was
Probably
2,000
not.
this weekend?
I don't know, probably not.
No.
No.
What if it was for a Wally and $2,000?
You know what? Fuck you. I would die for a Wally. But
Rod. Hey, Rod. I don't know how many Wally races you've had this year, but you might get Weaver back for a couple more.
no, but I'm just saying, like, Sunday races suck. Like, I work 2 jobs. I go to school.
2 jobs. What is your other job? I do your ADM because obviously my fiance.
My girlfriend.
She works for the same company. What is your second job? I did not know about this second job.
It's OnlyFans.
Oh, OnlyFans selling bathwater, right?
Yep. Feet pics, bathwater.
Are you in on this, Debbie?
We can't disclose.
We gotta pay for this racing habit somehow.
See?
I mean, you guys got what? How many race cars? Hold up. Wait, 3?
3.
How many? Okay, let me ask you this. If I would have asked you that question 8 months ago, how many race cars would you have said?
Fuck.
8 months ago.
Hold up. 8 months ago.
We still had 3.
No. 8 months ago.
We had the red car.
You had the red
had
car.
the Vega.
You had the Vega. You have the
car
blue.
was gone. No, the blue car was
The
gone.
blue car was gone.
So the
It
red
is
car.
August. You're talking December.
Yes.
When did we buy the 57?
About then.
You guys, I know at one point you had like 4 or 5 race cars.
We have had in the last year or so. We've have.
And
That's
Okay,
true.
but we come across
like, we
cars
had
that
this-
we can't not buy.
We
is
had the
problem.
67 Camaro, but we sold it and bought the 57.
Yes.
So that's a trade.
Yes.
what about the Chevelle? Like
The red one?
The red one. So that
So-
was like a dream car for somebody. I
There's
don't know
a
if
story
it was
there.
you. There's okay.
There's a story.
So
So
Sarah's,
here's the deal with the red car. The green car was
green-
like, so just like horses, they say you have your heart horse. The red car was like my heart car. I'm like, I looked at Tim and I go, okay, I need a back half tube chassis car. I need it. So I go, okay, these are my stipulations. Like, I want a 69 Chevelle, back half, blah, blah, blah. And he finds it.
Okay.
And
I
I'm
remember
like-
this, and he finds it in Missouri, right?
Yes.
I heard the story.
And I'm like, fuck. He goes, okay, well, I need X amount of dollars. And I'm like, here you go, buy it. Because at this point, we had been working on the Vega for how long?
Didn't have the Vega at that
No,
point.
no. My dad was like, no.
No, can't have it.
No, I'm going to sell it. Like, it was being sold to Billingsley's. My dad's like, I'm selling it to Jay. And I said, okay. So then he comes back. I remember this because you were there. We were at a party at one of my families. And my dad's like, I'm going to give you the Vega. And I go, I don't want it.
Really? Why?
Because he pissed me off.
Your dad pissed you off?
My dad pissed me off. Ask him.
And then how many weeks was it later he called Bob?
Yeah, he called Bob because he was not happy.
Was it the day after? Okay.
Not happy with me. He's like, what do I do? And anytime he gets mad at me, I'm looking at him and I'm like, I'm you in girl form. I'm mean because
Except
you're
for you're
mean.
like, I don't know, 2.5 fish short.
Yeah, I know. But I'm that way. I'm stubborn. I mean, whatever. I'm like, I don't want it. Sell it to Jay and Amber. They wanted it. It came from Amber's family.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes, the Vega
Okay.
has history within my whole family.
I did not know that.
So I'm like, sell it to them. I have a car. We're good. So they work out details, whatever, and my dad backs out. And then finally he comes to me, and I'm like, okay. I said, but that Vega is going to have a lot of changes.
Right.
And he's like, okay. Because when I ran that back in, what, 2010?
I remember that.
I'm sitting on pillows and
I
blankets.
remember that.
My dad's 6'7".
Yeah.
I'm 5'6".
Right.
I can't reach anything. Still
But
to
you
this day, I
still,
can't reach anything.
you still
but
won in that car.
I did.
Sitting on pillows. I
did.
remember it. Yep.
That night, I had a really good night that night. I remember that distinctively, but
So the red car was specifically for you. Yeah. Did you ever make a pass on that car?
no. But again, we got that car, and it wasn't supposed to. Yeah. No, he's not wrong. But that car wasn't supposed to be running, and then we took the motherfucker to Benton for the door car race.
First time out.
It wasn't supposed to be running till the next year. And but Tim, you know, we had to take this.
Killing motherfuckers in the Vegas.
Okay. But I'm in the green car, of course, because you know that was
Right.
my that.
That was your. You still want that car back.
I'd give that Vega up for that green car.
Really?
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh wow. You know, there's a lot of people here that don't understand because they've seen that Vegas like back in the 90s just dominate. They would just.
I know.
They don't.
The
they
Vega's
don't-
a car. The
they don't
Vega
agree
is
with
a
you.
car.
That's
That's fine.
car's
I
really
don't.
good.
And that's fine. But that green car put me back to where I was in 2012.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I
Right.
haven't been in a car since how long?
Right.
And then Tim's like, "No, you're getting in this," and I'm like, "No." She got in it first, and then I was like, "Okay, I'll get in it one time." And I'm looking at Tim, and I'm like, "It had a passenger seat," and I'm like, "You can't ride with me because if you're in here, I'm not like, you know what I mean? I got to go back to where I was." So I went
Right.
back to that mindset, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I can do this."
Right. I mean.
But that car the green car brought me back to that whole feeling. You know what I mean?
So the plans for the green cars, it's going back on the street.
It's
right?
going back on the street.
It's getting painted Debbie's favorite color.
Frost green.
Frost green. I know Debbie's feeling on this.
I know.
You do not like frost green, do you?
I don't.
She hates frost green. Tim's all about it. He wants a frost green. He wants all original, right?
Yep.
And
all
in
original.
in his defense, it will be beautiful, I'm sure. But
I'm sure it will be.
there are a lot of better colors, in my opinion, than frost green.
Almost like poop green.
Right.
I mean, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of green altogether, but frost green, yeah, I probably agree with you on that one.
There's a lot of prettier colors.
But if you're talking about taking
like
a
the
vehicle,
color of the 68 that will be out, hopefully the next time we come back.
man, you know what? Tim showed me the video. I am so excited to see this car go down the
Same.
track.
We almost had it here tonight. Almost.
Corey Butler did the wiring.
He did.
And you know
Did
what?
a fabulous job.
He did a fabulous. I mean, he did
Absolutely
a great
fabulous.
job on my car. I've seen pictures of all the other cars he's done. Corey's a really good. He takes pride
Yes.
in his work.
Very
And
meticulous,
that's
very nice.
Very for sure.
Yes.
I can't wait to see. Is this going to be debuted at Coles County or Havana?
Unfortunately, the timing probably not.
Havana.
Yes.
Probably, yeah, because we're closed
when
for the
she
next
won,
2 weeks.
when she won last weekend, she got a free entry to that.
To the big race.
To the big race, yes.
So what's it? You what won 1,500 last week, and that's just a regular night in Super Pro at Havana.
No. They had a bump up.
So they bumped it up.
Yep.
So it was originally 1,000 to win Super Pro.
Yep.
What was the car count like? 30 to 40? 40 to 50?
No.
It wasn't stellar.
It wasn't stellar.
So it was. So they still paid it out, guaranteed.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If you come here and race for, let's say 30 cars, what are you racing for? 800
Yeah.
or 1,000?
Yeah. 800.
And you won 1,500 last weekend. They bumped it. What was the reason for bumping it up? No idea. What? Okay, so I've heard horror stories
But it was
about.
both. It was Super Pro and Pro.
They bumped them both up. What is the
Right?
horror stories about Havana?
as far
that
as
I've
I
been
know,
hearing?
yes.
People around here are talking about Havana is they're talking horror stories about Havana. No working ambulance, no running ambulance, no EMTs on duty,
I don't know. There's an ambulance sitting at the end of the track.
Okay, I don't know.
There's
I
people
haven't
in it
been-
when you drive by.
I haven't been for
But
a long
again,
time.
do you think these people here in this ambulance know how to start an IV or any of that? Am I
mean,
wrong?
I feel like
I
they
don't
used
know.
to have people like that. I don't know about I don't know the people that work this EMT.
I've seen people been airlifted out of this track, so
I have not. I Christy Yielding was one that I trust. That she was a good paramedic.
I guess I'm not that paranoid because I have somebody with me that's
She
gonna
works
be
for the hospital.
like, "Hey, this is what's wrong."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's, I don't know. I guess I've never, but in my mind going down the track, I'm not like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna die."
Take a look to your left right now and look at the He looked away really fast, but look the way he's looking at you. He's ready to get on this podcast. So we're gonna take a quick break. If anything you guys want to add while you're on the microphone right now, I got 2 junior dragster kids. We're gonna get on here right now. But if there's anything you guys want to add to this before we jump off, right now's your chance.
Nope.
Nothing.
I just want to say Coles County is our home track.
Okay.
And
so
we
I know this.
like Coles County Dragway.
I know that you guys.
For the record.
Where else can you
However-
go and just have an open
It is not new news that we have gone other places.
No.
So,
I tell you what.
just for the record,
I
Coles
will-
is our home track, and we do love Coles and all the people here.
I'm just going to go on record and say next year, you guys go travel, I'll go with you. How about that? Because I am not doing this shit that I'm doing this year. I'm not coming to this track 28 times a year. I'm going to go just race when I want to race. And I really do envy you guys. I just got put in a weird position this year because I started out really good. And it's like, you know, I've never won a track championship here, and I've got an opportunity to do it.
Understood.
So I'm like, you know what?
And
I would do the same.
Let me.
And I hope you do.
You know what? I just want to just see if it can be done, and if it does happen, I can just say I did it, and I can move on. And that's the bottom line.
The bucket list.
Bucket list.
Check the
Bucket list, check it off, and that's the bottom line.
I don't have a track championship on my bucket list because I got other shit to do.
Right.
But the Wally, that would be.
Oh, there's one coming up in a couple weeks.
The Wally
Right
would be
here,
neat.
right here at your home track.
The Wally would be neat.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna get a couple junior dragster kids, so we can go back to PG-13 for all you that are listening. So, all right, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back shortly. All right, we're back from our little break. We've got two new people sitting down next to me. You guys know the rules. If you're going to sit down and do the podcast, you got to do a shot of Fireball. No, we've got Cruzley and Max Scott sitting over here next to me. Two junior dragsters, probably not the most appropriate for this episode, but you know what? These kids are partiers. They've been out with us, kicking it all night long. I've seen Max drink a couple beers, a couple Natty Lights. Cruz has been hammering some Miller Lights with his dad or whatever he drinks. I don't even know. Jack Black over there is just, I have no idea. Does he not look like Jack Black?
Sure ain't Canadian dry, I can say that.
I'm not. You know what? Jack Black told me to go get a beer last week. I was like, you know what? I got to go to get a beer for my RV before we go to the cemetery. And he's like, just go get one out of my truck. I'm like, okay, where's your truck? He's like, just right around the corner, right as soon as you get past that enclosed, it's right there. It's backed up. My cooler's right there. I'm like, okay. I get over there, I reach in the cooler and I grabbed a beer and I started to drive away. And I looked down and I'm like, wonder what I grabbed. I'm not shitting you. It was like natural light or bush light, and it was like pink and green and all kinds of different colors.
Oh,
So what is that? It had different flavors, like strawberry and all kinds of weird shit in it. So I have no idea what Ronnie Lee's drinking, but I know his kid over here, Crew, he's been pounding natural lights all night. So it's midnight, and we've got Cruz Lee on over here to my left, and we got Max Lee to the right. Or not Max Lee, Max Scott, sorry.
Oh, Max Lee.
Don't get it right.
No, I'm just kidding with you guys. So, all right, we got two junior drivers. I'm going to ask you guys a couple questions. First of all, Cruz, are you going to get your first win this year?
I don't know.
You've got a couple. Listen, I don't. You told me earlier that you've listened to one podcast. What podcast was that?
It's the one that
Andrew Long. So that's probably been about 3 to 4 weeks ago. I have mentioned your name several times since then, and you're not listening. You're not even paying attention. I don't even know why I talk about you, man. You don't know what to say. Here's the deal, dude. I pay attention. Like, that's my thing. When I do this podcast, I told myself, like, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to go, like, all in on this, I have to pay attention to what's going around me. And that's not just Super Pro. That's not Pro. That's not Sportsman. I got to watch the juniors, and I got to know what's going on. And I know that you're racing really well. You've got, like, several Consi wins this year, right?
Yeah.
You've got a couple. And so, I mean, what is keeping you from getting the big win? Do you think? What do you think is holding you back from, getting the main event win? Is it because of the nerves in the first round? Is it because you're just, not fully focused? Or is it, what do you think it is? Is it how you're lining up, how you're getting paired in the first round? What do you think's keeping you from getting that big win? Rick Scott's giving some pointers over in the background. I didn't hear exactly what it was, but
She stuttered.
I just can't cut a light.
you just can't cut a light. What do you think you should do to be able to cut a light? What do you think you could make you better? What do you think could make you better at cutting a light? Do you think there is something that can help you make you better? Do you have a practice tree at home? First of all, let me ask that.
No.
You do not have a practice. Ronnie Lee, come here. I feel like we got to talk to you for a second. So you have no way of practicing.
No.
Does your dad ask you, like, after a round, like, what happened there? Like, why didn't you get a light?
Does Max have a practice tree?
Does this kid have a practice tree that he can try to practice at home? Like,
I
wait,
have like a small one and it's not working.
it doesn't work. So, all right, Ronnie, this kid is blaming his fact that he has not won a main event is because he can't cut a light. But he has no way of practicing because he doesn't have a practice tree that works.
Practices every pass.
Does he? Okay, every pass. Okay. All right, here's what okay. Now, do you think it's mental? Do you think that okay, if I set you out on that track right now, like let's just go up there, buckle you in, put a helmet on, let's start the tree up. Do you think you could hit a 550 or better light? Do you think you could?
Nah.
Why?
No.
Why do you not think you could?
Because first.
There's no pressure. There's just hit it. That's it. There's no pressure. You're not racing against anybody. You don't think you can hit a 550 light?
You love me because I'm mean.
No. Why do you think that is?
Some of it, I didn't hear all of it.
What?
Just a little bit.
It's done.
Do you not have enough confidence in yourself? Is that?
Yeah, I don't have enough confidence.
Okay, so you've hit better lights than 550 before, right?
Yeah, I got trips at twice before and.
And what do you think do you remember how you left? Like, do you remember that feeling? Did it feel like when you left you were like, oh shit, I'm red?
No, that was in 1190 though, that's the thing.
So, like, when you left and you were trip zip, how did that feel? Like, did you know you hit it instantly as soon as you let off the pedal?
Yes.
So, what keeps you from trying that again? Like, is it your memory doesn't process that like? Because here's the deal. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. In my car, I know I've been doing this a lot longer than you, but like I have practiced on a practice tree, or I can go up to the starting line and I can watch the cars that are taking off, and I'll just use my thumb and I'll just leave. Like I'll watch the tree and I'll just hit it, like practice. Like it's muscle to memory is all it is. You process your brain to do it so repetitively, like repeatedly, that you just get used to leaving at a certain spot. Do you feel like you don't get enough opportunity to get your mind to process that, or do you just not really put enough effort into it? Do you not care enough?
I don't know.
You know, I mean, here's the deal. You've raced really. What's been credited to your Conti wins? What do you feel like has helped your Conti? You think he's been the biggest reason that you've won Contis? Max Scott.
No, because I beat him in a Conti win. It was my first ever Conti win, and I raced him.
I remember that. I was up there for the picture. So what happened that day that just everything clicked? Or just was it luck? Why? Like, did you have a lot of rounds where you probably didn't feel like you earned it, but maybe the guy went red, or the other kid messed up? Do you feel like it was more luck, or do you feel like you did really well that day?
Luck.
You feel like it was luck.
Yes.
So what do you feel like you should do to improve? Like, is there something that you think that would help you to win? What's that?
Practice tree.
Practice tree. Ronnie Lee, he needs a practice tree. We're gonna start a GoFundMe for a practice tree. I tell you what, I've got a practice tree. I'll bring it down here next week, and you guys can play on it all week long. I'm gonna go to my right, Max. I know you've had a killer year. I mean, not as good as you probably feel like you should be able. You know, I feel like you are a very confident kid. You feel like you should be like up there leading points right now.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of get that vibe from you, and you know, you had a big race a couple weeks ago, the Jim Hooper Memorial. I mean, the biggest junior race at Coles County Dragway. I mean, hands down, it's $1,000 to win. There's not a lot of kids that go that can race for $1,000, and you're in the final. When you get into the final, are you feeling like this is my race, or are you feeling like, you know, I've gotten by with a few rounds, or how does your mind work when you're racing Tucker Mack in the final? You're lining up, you know, you've seen Tucker, he's won what, 3 or 4 in a row this year. How does your mind process that going into the final? Are you just thinking, I'm going to do my thing, or are you thinking, oh shit, you know, this is Tucker Mack, he's pretty solid this year? How does your mind process that?
I feel like I could do it against them.
Okay, I don't know exactly how this race played out. I mean, I feel like I looked it up after, you know, that week, but how did that race play out? Did you go red? Were you late?
He was 004, and then I was 70.
Okay.
I think that's when my crank started messing up.
So you've been battling a crank. It just took a shit on you last week. You're down and out right now. So you guys have your next point race in what, October?
Yeah.
Is Dad going to get it fixed by October? He's trying. I'm assuming you're going to have to ship that off somewhere. So okay. Rick's clarified. We're shipping the motor off, and you're hoping to get that back by October. You're sitting in what, 8th, 7th or so?
Yeah, I think so.
What's the goal this year? And I mean, looking forward to the future. I mean, next year, I feel like next year is your year to really make some noise, because, you know, you've had your moments this year. You've gotten to the final of the big $1,000 race. You've won a couple consies or a consi. Okay, so Jim Hooper Memorial a year ago.
I got to the semis.
So the Jim Hooper Memorial seems to be your calling card, but not necessarily, because like I said, I pay attention to juniors, and I know of the ones that really stand out to me. I mean, right now it's probably Tucker Mack and Jesse Fritz. Jesse Fritz has been doing this way longer than you guys, and he's deserved that, you know, that moment. Like, he stands out to most people because he's the older kid. I mean, he's been doing this a lot longer. Tucker Mack, I mean, he's still running. You're what, how old? 13. So you're in a 790 car. Okay. So, I mean, you know, as you get older, like last year, what was your cutoff? You could run what? 890s. You're running, like, okay, I'm going to go to my left here. Cruz, you're running how fast?
890.
You're running 890. How much difference is it to dial an 890 car as opposed to what you're dialing a 790 car? I'm going to ask the father.
A second.
There's a second difference, but how much more
difference, Rusty? But
how much more consistent is that 790 car to the 890?
790 car is better, but 890 car ain't bad. But
it's not.
But the big difference is how fast that 790 car comes on an 1190
so
car.
let me ask you this: how hard is it to judge a car that's coming behind you? You're strapped into this junior. You're in a little bitty cage, and you're the slower car. Do you really can you turn and look behind you?
No, but there's other kids that can do that in like mid-race races.
You
I can go like this.
But you can't really look, like, say he's dialed 790, you're dialed 890. That's a full second. He's coming up on you probably at least 10 mile an hour faster. You can't really, like, let's say you hit the first set of cones and you look to your left and he's not there, but you can't really look fully over your shoulder. Like, have you ever thought about maybe asking your dad to put some mirrors on your car? Like, would that help? Would that help you?
No.
It would not help you.
No. I don't know.
I watch him in the mirror.
Okay, so you've obviously moved up into the 790 cars. How much easier is it to chase Cruz than it was last year when you had Jesse Fritz chasing you?
Well, it's a little different because you know that you have more mile an hour and you could start jazzing a little from behind, and then because you know you have mile an hour and yeah.
So, okay, so let me ask you this. How hard is it when you're racing let's say last year, you're in an 890 car and you're racing Jesse Fritz and he's on a 790 car and you take off. What is it like looking over your shoulder? Can you actually look over your shoulder and see him coming?
Well, in my cage, I could because my body didn't come all the way up. It was like kind of low. And then,
so you can actually turn and see and watch that whole race play out.
Kinda.
Okay. I've always wondered this about junior drag because I always said if I was going to put my kid in a junior dragster, I know that the big deal is when the really slow cars like the Callan Romines or the Aspen Doms, like they're at a disadvantage because they're running a 12-second car or whatever. And those cars are so hard to dial. I've heard that they'll run tenths off. So, here's my thought process. If they'll run that bad, why not carry a tenth? But you can't do that if you're that much slower and you can't see the car coming. So I've always thought, okay, let's put mirrors on the car. And you can, because that's how I drive. I'm not the fastest car in pro class. I literally take off and I'm watching my mirror the entire way down the track. I'm watching and I'm just gathering how quick that car is coming up on me. So I've always thought maybe, junior dragsters should be able to have mirrors in them, but I don't know how much that would help you kids or not. But I feel like at a young age, if you could judge a race by looking in the mirror, by the time you get 16 and you're in a car that's got mirrors and you're able to use that to your advantage, or you're able to turn all the way around and look at, your competitor coming, it would kind of prepare you for that. So, I mean, I've always wondered how that worked for, somebody that's running 2 seconds, 3 seconds slower than, somebody that's coming up on you that fast. Is it really that hard to turn around and look?
Well, with that Hans, it can
so
only look
you
barely.
can't actually turn all the way around because you're wearing a full Hans device. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the junior dragster is really, they make it really tough for kids. I mean, the young kids. So, like, when you race a Jesse Fritz or, you, like, let's say 3 years ago, you were probably, running 890s or, and you're running against Jesse Fritz, who's running 790s. What's the difference now that you're running 79s compared to back to then? Is it easier?
Yeah, because it's going to be a closer race because he'll be coming on me in 890, but now we're going to be pretty close.
Yeah. I mean, so this year, like I said, you've gotten your Concies, you've gotten the runner-up, and you've got what, 2 Concy wins this year?
Yeah.
2 Concy wins. I mean, what's the main goal right now for your bracket racing? Like, this is something you're really going to stick to, right? Mm-hmm. This is something you love to do.
Yeah.
And it's same for you, Cruz. You love to do this. Is this like you're going to continue? Because honestly, I don't see your brother out here that often. No. Kinzer doesn't come out here. So is the deal with Kinzer, is he just got other stuff going on, or is he just doesn't love this stuff enough to keep coming every single week?
He wants to go do a dirt racing stuff.
Dirt track stuff. And you know what? Your family, I know that your mom and your dad, they've been in the dirt track racing for a while. I mean, your guys' favorite driver is Shannon Babb, right? Yeah. Mine too.
Or Jimmy Owens.
Jimmy O. The little, so we just got a little shirt for him, my buddy, my little kid. He's 2 years old. We just got the little shirt that says Little Nightmare on it. But, so this is obviously something you want to pursue and do all the time. Like you're going to go into the big car. Like, are you looking to go, like, when you get of age to get your license, do you want to run your dad's truck?
If it's fast enough.
If it's fast enough. Ronnie Lee, you better start building that motor up.
What's his plans for his first big car?
What's your plans for the first? Okay, so I've just got a note in my ear. What is your plans for your first big car? And we're talking to Max Scott here.
Well, my dad has a 55, and I've been working on it, helping him.
I have heard about this. So you're actually helping build this car.
Yeah.
You're out in the garage turning wrenches. And like, how much do you learn by going out in the garage? Is it something like your dad just tells you to do it and you do it, or is it something your dad tells you to do and you like think about like what he told you to do and why you need to do that? Like, is it? Do you want to know why you're doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're really like soaking in the aspects of turning wrenches and why you're doing it and how to work on the car.
Yeah.
So you've got a 55. What's this car gonna run?
I want it to run like 610s.
610s, and we're talking super pro class or pro class? Pro class. So you're gonna stick to the bottom bulb stuff. I'm gonna tell you, dude, that's some tough competition. If you're gonna come to Coles County, you're talking the toughest class probably out here is pro class. But I like to hear that because I feel like that's a good starting ground. I mean, super pro, you're jumping in, and you might be able to compete here at Coles County, but you go somewhere else, and it's really tough. But what about you? I mean, when you get to that age, you're 16 years old, and I'm talking to Cruz Lee right now. What is your goal? Are you trying to jump into sportsman? Or are you trying to jump into the pro? Or are you trying to jump to super pro? Like, how fast of a car do you want to get into?
I want to get into like a 640.
640. And we're talking pro or super pro?
Super pro.
Super pro 640. I'm not gonna lie to you, Max. I like his idea a lot better than I like yours. 640 super pro will drive all them cars. Like everybody out there that's running 590s, they hate you. They hate 640 cars. They hate it. You'll drive build about a 680 car and they'll hate you.
The only reason that I picked Super Pro is because I can use delay.
Do you feel like the delay box makes you better?
Yes.
So if you're on a practice tree and you had a delay box, you feel like that would make you better?
Yes.
I'm gonna put you like I'm gonna test you right now. There it is. You're gonna leave off the bottom right now. Hold on. Okay, ready? You leave off the bottom. I've got the app started. As soon as you see, what were you? What were you?
29.
You were 029.
63 red.
Okay, 63 red. Hold on. Oh, you're letting off.
48.
Okay, now we're gonna set delay in this. You were 46 red. Hold on. I'm gonna set delay in this. We're gonna add 46. Hold on. Let me make sure this is right. Oh no, that's not right. All right, hold on.
I can hear Rick laughing.
Oh yeah, you can hear him for sure.
I can hear like everybody.
All right, I've got you set up with the delay box. So your first hit was 029, right? Off the third? You were 111 off the delay box. 093 off the delay box. 053. Okay, we're going to move this over here. 086. Okay, now we're going to go. You said you're going to race pro. You're going to go third. You're going to go third round, or you're going to go bottom bulb. So we're going to go. Hold up.
Tell them, Max, you'll race it however they get.
Hey, if you can leave off the second,
On this game, there is like a game that is you can use delay or no delay, and you can delay.
All right, so Max Scott's got. You're talking what a game? No limit drag racing?
No.
What was your life?
44.
So okay, Max was 44 off the first hit. He's gonna hit it one more time.
pretty much. Rick.
27.
27. Hit it one more. You're gonna hit it 3 times.
43.
Kid's killer. Okay, now we're gonna put you on a delay box. Are you talking about no limit drag racing?
No, we're talking about door slammers.
Door slammers on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put it like 10, 22. That's what I always use, and I got like 30 or better every time.
30 or better every time on a delay box. Yes. All right, we're gonna give Max the delay box. Let's see what he can do.
Will you ask me how to set it up? How you gonna set it up for the kids?
32.
32. 32. He's 32.
32.
32 again. Oh, Corey Butler, you better step up. This kid's gonna fuck you up.
18.
18. Oh, hold on a sec. Corey's gonna hit this one time. I just want to see. He's 32, 18. Corey's gonna hit this one time. You better get proof of this, Sarah.
One time.
Oh, he's adjusting it. No. He's gonna look and see what it is.
Cheater.
You're pretty tight. I was just late. you're 1990s tight.
25. Not bad. Not bad. No, Sarah wants a shot at it.
Not bad for an old man.
20.
I'm gonna go 15 or better.
I tell you what, you better build.
Corey, you're not going
Super
15
Pro
or
class
better.
for this kid.
That was definitely.
Sarah's hitting it. Let's see what she's got.
Corey, when I get older, I'm gonna beat you
If
every
you're
time.
leaving off a box, Becky can run that.
74.
Corey called out 600. She was actually 74. 40.
Hey, no, it don't matter.
It doesn't matter. One more.
That's what she said last night. What do you got in it?
Wait, hold on. Can I try this? Can I try this?
You can try it. Yeah,
You hear that
absolutely.
lot? What do you got in it?
What was she? Whoa! Corey about fell out of his chair. Hold on. What have we got?
Wait, what do we?
32 or better. She was 37.
No shit.
Whoa.
Cruz wants one more opportunity at this. This is top bulb. Hey, listen.
Top bulb.
Glue your eyes on that. The second that fucking thing starts to fly up, jump off that button. Oh, that was good. 50. Not good. Not bad, though.
I have won a couple races.
Oh my god.
He went red there.
Corey.
He's red there.
46. He's consistent.
What was you?
25.
It's bad that
72.
time.
So, hold on. Let me do something for you. Let me
Can
do
you
something.
change that?
Yep. I'm going to do something for you. Try it now.
You spun.
CCD first round.
Okay, see? That's the advantage of the delay box. He's 31 and he's 005 red. And he's 30. So so both of these kids, Super Pro, top
38.
up.
127.
Oh, I don't know about that. Hold on. Let's think about this.
Flashback. No. Hey, I watched the video.
55. Yeah. I'm trash.
So both drivers are going to go. You said Super Pro, right? You want a delay box.
Yes.
You want to go Pro class. You want to run 640s. You want to run, what'd you say?
He said 610 and I said 640.
640 here, 610 here. Your dad's got a little bit of few upgrades to do that Nova. I tell you what, I watched your dad run that car tonight, and that looks like a really good bracket car to start out in. Here's the deal. Bracket racing don't matter how fast you go. I mean, yeah, it's easier to judge it when you're coming up on somebody as opposed to looking back at somebody. But the bottom line is you want a car that will run the number every single time, and you don't even have to think about it. Last week I won Pro Class. I stopped looking at my ET and my ticket after third round because I knew my car was dead on, and I quit. I just quit looking at the ticket.
Tell them how big the back tires are on that 55.
How big's the back tires on which one? The 55?
Yeah, 33 by 17. That's a pro car. Pro car.
So you're hooking up. We know you're hooking up. That's the thing about Pro Class. You want a car that's going to hook up, for sure. Here's the deal. You run a race at Coles County, right?
Yeah.
You want to build a car for Coles County. Because if you build a car that works at Coles County, it's going to work at every fucking track you go to across this entire country. Promise you that. Anybody? Okay, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna ask anybody else want to get a chance on this microphone before we shut this down. We've been going for 2 hours. Bill Aubrey is the only person that, and Tim Weaver has the only two people that has not.
We got to talk about the fire.
The fire. Oh my God, Bill Aubrey's got to get on here and talk about his fire. We got to get some ghost sounds and all kinds of shit going on. We're gonna. All right, Cruz. I appreciate you coming on here, Max. I appreciate anybody. You guys, anything you want to say before we get off here? Say thank you to anybody. Shout outs, sponsorships, anything.
Sarah's mad I have a Wally and she doesn't.
Oh, Sarah Weaver just got a.
Hey,
took a
Max,
shot
what
at
about me?
Sarah Weaver.
What about me? I don't have a Wally. I should have a Big Daddy right now.
A Big Daddy? What are you talking about?
I raced my brother and Kinder at Lions in the finals in
Oh,
890
I
Index.
heard about this.
And I was 004 red to his trip zip on Pro Tree.
Is this
And
the Midwest Junior
Yes.
stuff? I remember this. I talked about you on my podcast, and you didn't hear it. I bragged you up. I bragged you up about how you guys got into the final of a Midwest Junior Series, and you didn't even listen to it.
I should have won that one.
Yeah, well, that's part of
I
racing, man.
technically did win.
You
honestly.
technically did.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
Sadly.
No, don't worry, man. You guys, I'm telling you what, I'm sitting next to two that are, you're what? How old? 13?
Yeah.
And you're what? 10? Okay, so 10 years old and 13 years old. I have said all along that the oldest kid out here racing isn't the best kid out here racing right now in junior dragsters. I don't believe that. I believe that you guys, in by the time you're 17, 16 years old, you will be like leap years ahead of the person that out here that people give credit to of being the best racer out here. I feel like, there's a really good class of young kids coming up that's going to really just, blow the doors off of this sport. And I feel like you two are really, really good, well-rounded drag racers. And you'll get there, man. You just got to keep your head up and tell yourself that you're good enough to do this. I know that you like, speaking to you, Cruz, you feel like, you just need to cut a light and you need to practice. But there's, every week is a chance to practice. You just got to get it in your head that you can do this. And there's nobody out here that, when you line up when you get on the track and you stage your car, tell yourself, you're not racing the guy next to you. You just tell yourself, okay, I just want to be 20 or better here, or I want to be 30 or better. Challenge yourself and you'll get better. I promise you. That's how I've tried to adapt to this sport is you can't think about the person you're racing. You can't think about what his name is or how good he's done this year. You think about how good you can do. You're capable of it. Just, put your mind to it and try to work on doing it yourself. Don't worry about what's going on next to you. You get the job done right off the get-go, and then you can concentrate on everything else. So, and you've already started to adapt that, and I feel like that comes with age. By the time you're his age, this stuff will all come to you a lot easier and a lot better. You're young, you haven't been doing this as long as some of these older kids. You'll figure it out. Just stick with it, man, and it'll all start coming to you, man. So I appreciate y'all coming in here. I know that Max is about to say something because Rick's in his ear. I know Rick wants him to say something. Go ahead.
Max,
go ahead and say it.
Hey, Coop.
A little shout out there.
Shout out to Coop.
Shout out to Coop. All right, guys, we're going to get off here. I'm going to get, I know Bill Aubrey's getting on this headset here in a second.
Hey,
we're going to
Bill,
talk about this
you wanna
big
take my
methanol
spot?
fire. We will be right back after this. We're coming back after commercial break. Couple hoochie mamas. Corey Butler and Sarah Weaver. I'd tell you what, both of these guys were dancing like it was 1998 or something.
That was probably the coolest thing.
Like you at the banquet of 2008?
I don't know if it was 2008, but whatever the last banquet that I was at that I got really fucked up was the last time that I really hung out with Robbie Easton. And I remember, my buddy still remembers this to this day. Like, I don't dance. Like, you will not catch me like, she knows it. There was a moment in that night when there was a song playing, "Get low to the windows, to the wall," and I'm not shitting you.
Your balls must have been sweating.
I was on the dance floor trying to get as low as I could get because I didn't know how to dance, and I was just out there just getting low. But yeah, that was probably one of the drunkest nights of my life. Yeah, to see me dancing, but. All right, we're back again. We just took a little quick minute break. We did a couple shots of Fireball. We're getting to do another one. Thanks to Debbie Weaver for going to get more Fireball. To my right, got Corey Butler and Sarah, the Indian Rug Weaver. I'm sorry. I don't know where I came up with it. I heard a comedy bit one time where it said something about weaving an Indian rug, and every time I hear Weaver, I just think of it. So, I feel like these two have something they want to talk about. I don't know. They were like, you know what, fucking we're sitting down, we're getting in front of the microphones again.
To be honest, she came over here pushing shit and told me to come over here.
No, you said let's go. So I tried to push.
I might have said let's go.
He did, and so I tried to press some buttons, and then you came over here, and you were like, no.
Which buttons did you push? These?
This
one.
No.
Wait, hold on.
I did not.
Crickets. I honestly don't even know what all these sound effects are. Here we go. That was crickets. That's some scary
Michael
shit.
Myers?
No, that's like a crime scene.
Rick Scott's got to take us to the cemetery. That's
yes,
one
we
thing.
still
That's
have
it.
to go.
That's it.
That's
we
it
need
right
to
there.
make this fast because we gotta go. No, I have nothing with Corey.
That's what she says after I beat her. I understand.
When have we ever?
We've never raced. Maybe
So-
Some
once.
applause
So
going on.
I'm calling you out. Let's go. You want to go right now?
We got. Hold up. Let me shut the sound
Listen,
effects.
listen.
We're talking. What are we talking here?
If you would unload that Vega, I'll take the Buick anywhere you want to go.
Go winch it out.
No, I'm not doing the work.
I don't want to do the work either. So.
Well, we're gonna have to call somebody for that, like the Ghostbusters.
Wait, what are we talking? Wrong one.
First round.
And how accurate do you think this is going to be if we pull up next to each other?
Are you guys talking about racing first round like a grudge round? Like, let's just fucking get it on right here, right now.
Hey! If we run first round, we're splitting.
Splitting what?
No,
a buyback?
No, listen.
Yeah, the
That's
buyback.
like 15 bucks.
We run first round. I'll buy you back because you're
Bet.
gonna be back here crying that your Vega's dead on with a terrible wife.
Fuck you, Corey.
I'm just kidding.
How'd you do last weekend?
I got to 3 cars.
How much money did you win?
I was at the wrong track.
Oh, okay. My bad.
So
I didn't go to the Dust Bowl and win everything that you won.
Let me ask you this, Sarah. If you wouldn't have won that race and you were in the semifinals, how much would you have walked away with?
I don't know. I don't know what it paid.
Probably
because nobody talks
$80.
split.
Nobody talks split at all?
Bob Weaver said, what are you going to say to him to split in the final? And I go,
He
I ain't
wants
saying
rent money.
Shit.
Do you know who
I
you
pay
raced
rent.
No, I know. That's why Bob asked you if you wanted to split with me. He said, don't split, Sarah. You have rent coming up.
No, but he did. He goes, are you going to ask to split? And I go, I'm not saying shit unless he says shit. I go up there. And he don't say shit about it. So, but then there's some dude that's with him that's fucking with him. So I had her in left lane all day because I could see the tree better. And I get bumped over in right. So what am I gonna do? I just ran right. I'm gonna run right again.
Yeah.
I can't see the tree for shit, but I'm gonna give another shot. So the guy that's with him was like, "No, she's been running left all day."
So he thought you.
No, we had
you weren't
already
doing right,
already done a coin toss,
Right,
mind
but
you.
So he's gonna put you in the right because he
No,
knows
she
you
won.
haven't
She
been.
won the coin toss, so she chose right. And he's like, "Oh, I got this girl in the bag."
Oh.
Yeah, and the dude that's with him's like, "No, she's run left all day. She wants left." I'm in my car screaming. Nobody's around me. I'm fucking screaming.
That's because
at the
they're
top
drunk
of my
before you
lungs.
got to the final.
No, I wish. But
No,
anyways,
don't lie. They were.
Speaking of that, let me ask you both a question.
Yeah.
Like when you cross the finish line and your win light comes on, and you're getting down to the nitty gritty. Like you're down to 3 cars, you're down to 4 cars.
Oh yeah.
How much shit goes on in that race car that nobody knows about?
You have no idea. You have no fucking idea.
Like depending on who you're racing, like
Wait, if the Buick starts at 3 cars, I say it might be my day. After that, maybe.
There's times like in Havana, I had one really, really, really bad round last weekend, and the guy went red, and I was like, "This is it. This is hands down it. This is my
your
sign.
night.
This is it. This is it."
I pull in and
And I
take my
wasn't
first
bad
time run.
all night.
Hey, I pull in, take my first time run. I say I'm gonna win the day. I go out 3rd round. I didn't win the day. If I can make every pass like the first time run, I'd win every week.
No,
you know,
my time runs are usually shit.
I will tell you both a really fucked up feeling.
I don't get excited in the car. Sorry.
I really do. Like,
I don't.
I do,
Like
and
I'm the guy that's crossing the finish line. My white light comes on. I'm like, get some of that motherfucker. Like I'm fucking throwing fist bumps. I'm cussing.
No, I am too. Like, I feel like this is one thing that I hands down pour everything into. You know, your blood, sweat, tears, all of it goes into this. So when that wind lights come on, it's like,
Yeah.
it's a relief. It's like I crossed the finish line at the final last weekend, and I had tears in my eyes. I'm like, I did it. I did it. You know what I mean? You give so much emotion into this.
The fucking aliens.
And again, barrel racing's the same way. So it's like when you give something your all.
Yeah, for sure. And you get there. Like I get it.
Man, and I'm not a super vulnerable, emotional person.
The
So,
last
like, this
the last 2 months, if I made it past 3rd round, I'm excited.
You're excited.
But if I win 4th round, my excitement goes away. It's like,
And it's like,
here we
this
go.
is it.
You
This
know,
is the night.
I feel good.
You know, that's kind of like when you get past that 3rd or 4th round, especially if you're thinking about points. Get me through the 3rd round, and I'll take care of the rest.
Right.
Like that's it. Like just that, because that 3rd round is like that fucking the death round.
I can make every round look good up until then.
Yeah,
And
for
then
sure.
And then after that, it's like,
I
I was
this.
35 up front and dead zero.
I feel the exact same way. Like, just get me through that 3rd round, and then it all just I calm down. It's like, fucking, it's over. I've got this. Like, I that's how I feel. Like last week, I had no emotions until. Even when I won the semifinals against Fisher, I got down the track, I crossed the finish line, when light came on, I just one quick bump, like fist bump, and I didn't say anything in the car. I'm coming down the return road, and I'm watching my dad and whoever he was racing, and my dad's win light came on, and I seen it, and that's when I got like, I was like, fuck yeah, you know, we're doing this again. Like, I was all the way down the return road. I had my window down. There's probably some people parked there that heard it like me, like, fuck yeah. And I didn't give a shit about my win. I was so excited that me and him got a chance to do that again. But there's certain people or certain moments that I have when I cross that finish line and my win light comes on, I'm fucking like, get some of that, motherfucker, you know?
It makes sense. It really does.
Yeah,
It really
it does. It's weird how that shit works, but I mean...
Like tomorrow, 1st round, when I beat Sarah, I might get excited.
There we go.
I might get excited.
Here we go.
I'm gonna put a
you're buying me
camera.
back, so
and
it
then
doesn't matter.
I'm gonna put a camera in the car.
And then Jesse Fritz is going to
And
take
I'm
you out
gonna
3rd
get
round.
excited. He will.
Yeah, what about him, Corey?
I'm 2 up on him. He owes me 5.
Here's the, you know, I'm not no dummy.
I like the kid. I really do.
I know.
But
I do the podcast. I don't forget shit. And when I interviewed him and he said, I'm going after Corey Butler's 1st round. The first time you guys raced, I heard you like laid a 7-pack or something on his head. I'm
stupid.
like, yeah. Be careful what you ask for.
Yes.
Like,
and that's the thing about this too, is with shit like that, and you know it, you go up there and it's like, fuck, you do no wrong.
no.
Here's the funny thing about this. I don't know. It might have been you, Rusty. You come up. You said you hear my podcast. Jesse Fritz called you out. I said, I really didn't hear it. I laid
There's
7
probably-
total on the kid, right?
Second round, Rusty's over there like, he called you out and all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm glad he fucking did, you know. But any other time, I probably went red or fucking something stupid.
That was probably Holly, because Holly, I feel like Holly's a super fan.
Yeah, for
she
sure.
listens
For sure.
to
She
all
calls
that
me.
shit.
You have all these quizzes you got, and she goes, "Hey, on 1992, who did this?" And I said, "Listen," I said, "Go take a picture of the board."
Oh fuck! Somebody done figured out my shit.
Yeah. I said, "Go take a picture, and you can win them all."
fucking pissed because I have all my dad's shirts from Indy back in the day. You know what I mean? From whatever year to whatever year. So he gave them all to Tim, and I'm digging through these shirts, and then somebody fucking posts it, and I'm like, mother.
She won the first one, the very first one, and it was the 5-star whatever with the barbecue place.
Five bugle
And
barbecue.
she goes, "What do you think that means?" And I said, "Just think about it. It's 5 stars, like a restaurant, like a motel, hotel. Like, just think about it."
Yep.
So that's what her answer was, and she won. And I said, "That's all it takes." But then you come back with all these people that won these championships, and I'm like, I show up just to race. I don't pay attention to nothing.
So here's the deal. I was up in the lanes. Alex was with me, and I was taking pictures of the boards. And Carl Giovanetti comes up, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Don't fucking worry about it. Just get out of here." I'm like,
back up.
I'm like, fuck. So then, Jim Treat won one. I can't remember who it was. Oh, I asked who was the first female
That was it.
to
That was
win
the
a
one
championship.
I was guessing. Yes.
To win it, and I'm like, he guessed it. I'm like, how the fuck did you?
He wasn't. He didn't.
So Rob Fisher texted me. He's like, you had to have told him that answer. I was like, I swear on my fucking life, I did not tell him that answer. And I asked Treat, I was like, how the fuck did you know that? And he's like, me and Shayna were talking about females that won championships, and we were looking at the board that night. I'm like, you know what? Somebody's figured out that I was up there taking pictures, and they went up there and started taking pictures.
Right.
Like, they could go back and look at that shit. But yeah, I haven't done the trivia for a while because we kind of ran out of money. But yeah.
Didn't we all?
I mean, I haven't run out of money, but I'm just
I've never
saying.
had money. I get it. My ex takes it all. It's understandable.
Yeah, the 17. Did she sell that truck? Like for 17,000?
No, I don't know the number, but I guarantee it was not that. If the certain person that bought it that I know who bought it.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you, what was that truck worth?
The value to build it compared to what it's worth. If you looked at it,
yeah,
I would say $8,500.
Really?
It could do it too.
And
just the visual, like if you walked up to it, hey, I'm gonna get into drag racing. I'm gonna buy this truck. I'm gonna buy a car, whatever.
The black truck?
No. I built a whole other truck.
Did I
still got the black
No,
truck.
No.
Where's the black truck? Where's the fuck?
He's got the black truck. All the shit that was in his black truck.
It went
got
to this other
sold
truck
because he was involved with a female that he decided to put a few parts of his own into this truck, and then they broke up. And she kept all that shit and sold the truck and didn't give it back to him.
You knew better.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I wanted to finish the season off racing.
I hope she listens to this podcast.
I really do. To be honest with you, I don't have a grudge against nobody. I don't hate nobody. I try not to get worked up.
I'm the same way.
When you do something knowing that somebody has like, hey, this guy owns his parts. I'm gonna sell them all. Like, if you know that, how do you go to sleep?
Yeah, I mean,
I promise you.
Well, I mean, if she got 12 grand out of that truck, if she got 12 grand out of that truck, she's probably sleeping good right now.
No, it's probably already gone. She's a mud cricket and bought a side by side.
Hey, I bought a side by side, but anyway.
You're not a mud cricket.
Speaking of your side by side, we just talked about this week. Me and Alex are coming out to your guys'.
Hey, are you gonna buy one?
No.
Okay.
No, we're just gonna get a babysitter for the night. Me and Alex are gonna come out to the Weaver property. You're more than welcome. I don't know how many side by sides they got, but
2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm with you.
You can. Me and Corey will jump on one by
We'll
ourselves.
figure it out.
Corey, and JD McCoy.
There's 2 4-wheelers.
JD McCoy.
And we'll just venture off into the woods.
Corey, I didn't even know you're fucking friends with JD. God damn.
I'm cousins with JD McCoy.
No.
I'm not friends. I worked with him.
We have a little circle of people that know JD McCoy.
Hey, JD.
Oh my God.
If JD's listening to the podcast, shout out to you, brother. I know you're not doing much right now. You're probably just sitting around smoking a bong and just
Waiting for the baby to come.
waiting for the baby to come. That's I know you. That's all you're doing. But
I'm gonna assume he's probably not waiting, but when it comes, he'll understand.
yeah,
he'll
figure it
realize.
out. He'll figure it out.
realize.
I mean, you know what? I thought that was JD's wake up call, like when he got his old lady pregnant.
No.
It's like,
No.
no, you don't think so?
No.
Yeah, I mean, he talked a big game. I mean,
JD always talks a big game.
I thought his wake up call was when a trailer passed us 70 miles
I
an hour.
had no idea about this. And then he comments on it and tags you, and I'm like, what? What the fuck
Okay,
happened?
I'll make it short. We pulled a trailer.
From where? From where to where?
We went from Monticello to Cisco. We go to Cisco. We pick up a lawnmower.
Cemetery call.
We'll go in
ahead.
1 second. We go to Monticello to Cisco, which is like 7 miles. I pick the mower up on the way back. JD, you know who he is.
Oh, yeah.
We're on our way back, and I'm driving about 55 mile an hour, and the road's terrible.
Right.
The trailer's beating the shit out of the truck, and I told him, I said, if this thing comes off, we're in trouble. Not even 2 seconds later, the truck feels real light. JD says,
How did it come off?
it ripped the hitch off the frame.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
He said, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I said,
who was driving?
I was. I said,
At least you had some.
I said, there it goes. He goes, I've got some stuff in my pocket. I gotta run.
Were the chains still hooked
The
up?
chains, the whole
JD's
hitch.
like, I cannot be here right now. I have to.
Yeah.
The bad thing was there was no corn.
Whoa, what the fuck has he got
Hold
this
on.
drive-by?
But Decatur.
Oh, we're going.
But it came off, and in between the cell phone towers, there's 125 feet. It went through one
That's
side.
my golf cart, so hold on.
It went through one side, hit the other, and the tower, thank God, stood up. He said, I got to go. I said, get in that car that's passing us because I'm not leaving. But it is a bad deal.
Yeah.
Real bad deal.
This sounds typical of a JD story.
I got something in my pocket. I got to run, he said.
Hey!
Wait.
You fuckers better wait for us. All right, we're going to end this show.
Hey, hold on. Corey, what lane do you want tomorrow, first round?
I'll go the opposite, wherever you're.
I want right.
I'll go left.
Y'all listen to
We'll
Kickin'
put
It with
$10 on it.
CCD podcast number 14. This is the end of our show. We're going to do this again at Bracket Finals.
This is God's plan.